every boulder has a specific starting position with 4 pieces of tape that are marked on the wall, which indicates the way that the problem needs to be started. So we'll see the girls starting from the same holes and then trying to obviously go up as soon as possible.
What makes this different from the Rockstars event is that on the Rockstars event, obviously there is no bonus zone and there is no top zone, because what ends the boulder is hitting the buzzer on the top of the boulder. There's a buzzer that stops the time going, and here we don't have this possibility. So what ends up is that when you reach the top, you have to match both hands. But if they don't reach the top by any chance, what we did is we made this bonus so that we can count as well the amount of attempts to reach the bonus.
So it's like a last instance.
Exactly.
If there is no top.
Exactly. It's a bit of a, it's a bit of
a way out.
Way out, exactly, for the root setters. So we can maybe try to push it a little bit. But knowing these girls, I guess they should make it. It's just a bit of a question: will they be able to handle the stress with it and not go too fast?
Because let's say it again, those girls, the people that take part in this final, I would say they're not usual competitors. I mean, the idea behind it is that they're amateurs. So for most of them, that might be even the first final in their life.
I'm quite sure. Julia.
I think I've seen Katarzyna Mirosa. I've seen her in the final before, but Julia, I think it might be her first final.
She's a very young climber as well, I guess. I don't remember exactly how young, but I think she might be still a junior in reality. Okay, we're getting close to it. So the girls, they did have to turn around so that they are not watching at the boulder anymore. And here we go. They start up.
And the buzzer already started.
Remember, they've got 4 minutes to do it, but if one of them does it faster, you can see Kasia on the right side going a little bit faster on it, but...
So Kasia just made a mistake. Julia took the lead.
She was taking it much slower, that's what we were saying.
Let's see if Julia takes advantage of the fact that she didn't fall.
She didn't fall, and she's obviously trying not
to
fall.
She's struggling now. Kasia just made... Here we go, and everything turned around. We have Katarzyna now still on the wall, and already also fell.
And this is good because they now they see they cannot run it. They have to be careful and climb it slowly, because on the left side, Julia, when she was climbing, she was looking at what's Kasia doing on her second attempt. Now they're taking the time to prepare again, because it's not super short, this boulder.
So what just happened? It's telling us that this problem is not super easy. It's not only going to be about the speed. It seems that you have to be, you have to do a bit more than only just run on it.
Yeah, it is bouldering, yeah. This part right now, and they started up more or less at the same time. Remember, we count the attempts only if it goes down to who reached the bonus first. But if any of them does it, we've got the girls more or less at the same position.
They're close. Julia's getting close. If she can reach the next hold, she's very close now. Oh,
she was trying a different beta, because as you see, Kasia, she's a bit of a longer, but this doesn't work. Kasia was trying to reach from the volume.
She was trying to miss one hold and go for another.
Yeah. But as much as I did see Julia trying to go from the little slopey crimper on the edge of the volume, that's probably a beta that would suit her a little bit more, because she's a little bit smaller.
The thing that we cannot see from here is the size of the holes. I guess this little crimp on the volume, it's not very good. This one that Julia just fell off.
But she was her first attempt, second attempt was much better, but they're slipping up from their feet. They have to really keep the tension on this feet.
Katarzyna is there now.
Okay, I have to work.
She's got the hold before the top.
This is gonna be hard.
It seems like the problems are hard.
It seems like it's a little bit too hard, but let's see. They've got
the top out. The top out move seems to be the hardest.
Yeah, it's but we did see them falling before of the bonus, and now what we mostly see is we see them falling after the bonus. Now, if they are able to stand it out.
So Adam, so what's going to happen if the time runs to 0? We will look at the whoever got
To the
higher
bonus first.
to the bonus first.
Yeah. And I think for the moment it's Yulia, because as much as I remember the first attempts of the girls, Kasia slipped off at the beginning, and Yulia
Yes,
kept on climbing.
exactly. That Kasia made a mistake and fell. Let's see what happens in that go.
And I'm a bit afraid she's going really fast from one attempt to
Julia is
another.
on the bonus again.
Okay, she has to keep the feet now correct, exactly. Yeah, that seems like a really good attempt, but
Same place.
same place and the same method as Kasia, while in reality Kasia is much taller, so maybe she can reach it just through like this, but it doesn't work. You have to put up the foot. You have to put up the foot, and now there's very, very little time to finish it up.
We have 15 seconds to go.
I guess they're gonna be able to start in the last second.
They will rest, and they'll take another last go.
It's gonna be the last go because they've been both to the bonus, so it can really end up. At this point we can have the winner, but it would be great to see the winner on top of this panda boulder. Okay, Julia is back on this place. Yeah, put up the foot.
Julia is trying to put the heel. She's trying to put the heel. That was close. I think that was her best go.
Okay, but
So the time's up.
but I think as much as as people have got the rules clear, it's gonna
And
be
I think
fully
Julia
winning.
is the winner.
I think so.
We will wait for the confirmation.
And
Now what's gonna happen? The problem's gonna be modified for the men's.
yeah, it's because there's very, very short time, so in reality we cannot make a totally different boulder. What we're gonna be doing, what you're gonna be seeing in a second, is more or less the same thing, but without a couple of holes. So it's gonna be just a little bit harder version of the same thing.
It's a root setter trick to make the change as quick as possible, because we want to continue the show.
Especially when the pressure is on, because we're waiting for the Masters show as well to happen, which is gonna start in half past 8, 20 past 8. We're gonna have the presentation, so the changes are gonna be very fast, and it doesn't mean that this boulder is gonna be easy.
Let's be honest, it's gonna be harder.
It's gonna be harder.
The question is whether it's gonna be too hard.
It's gonna be too hard or not. I hope it's not gonna be too hard. The profile that they're climbing on, it's quite a steep profile. It's what is the overhang?
It's a 30%.
Yeah, it's a 30-degree wall, like overhanging wall. It's quite steep in reality, so these holes, which are, well, relatively big in their volume, they're quite slopey, so that's what the girls were struggling with. Now, the guys should not have such a big problem with it, but you never know.
We'll see in a second.
As soon as you lose your feet on this profile, you start going into a momentum, into a swing momentum, which just kicks you off the wall. So that's why we are talking about having their feet on the wall, not trying to rush it too much, because losing them would cost you a slip and a fall off.
Exactly. I think they're done. That was very quick. Did they leave it the way it was for the girls, with just a small change?
It does seem a little bit like this, or maybe.
I wonder whether it's.
No. Look at this. What's gonna happen now? This is why we're saying that there's a lot of improvisation on it. I'm a bit sure
Maybe they got scared that.
No, they're letting the girls go again.
Oh, the girls came back. Okay, so now everything is clear. They didn't. The bonus didn't decide. They made the problem slightly easier, and the girls gonna compete again.
They want to see the top.
I think that's a good solution.
That's a good solution, because in reality, that's what bouldering is about.
We want to have a clear winner, basically.
Yeah. And
those girls are up again.
now they know the moves. Now they know how to go much faster. Oh,
that was close.
Okay.
We're back to square one.
To square one. 4 minutes and running. And this is why I like it a bit. I guess. Well, I have the privilege of being in here and not stressing out on this and thinking
My
with the
palms
guys.
are sweating already.
Yeah, well. I guess palms of Oleg and Tom are like quite sweaty as well. Because these guys have been setting it, and well, you always have to calculate, you know. Like
Exactly. Let's see. Julia took it quicker. Katarzyna's following up now.
You see what was the change? The change was changing a ball sloper into a woman crimpy thing.
They added a slight crimp on the left.
Look, is it enough?
Again,
Okay.
Julia's got it. Whether she can do the last move? Yes, she's got it. Can she match it? She
Okay.
did. There you go.
How many tries was that? It was like at least 6.
I think so, yeah.
I guess at least 6.
So
But that's good.
that's what we wanted. We have a clear winner. Julia Leonardi wins the Bloco Losers final.
But this was exciting because they were still on the second go. They were still fighting for it. I liked it. This is exciting. Now let's see what's gonna happen for the men. And now
Julia,
we'll see some
Julia
of the good
took
changes.
Julia took the risk. She took another go faster, allowing her little time to rest. But that's what bouldering is all about as well. Sometimes you have to take a risk, and there you go. She's the winner.
What is good is that even though she knew the holds from before, she was still not confident about the beta of it. You know, like she in the end she made it in a different way than she tried on the first go on this second version. So she still had to work it a little bit and figure out how the moves are going to be easier with a bigger hold, with a bigger like intermediate hold.
Exactly, and now we're seeing what we thought that we were seeing before. The problems gonna become slightly harder for the men's.
It's gonna be in a second that we'll see the exactly same thing happening with who are gonna be the guys? It's gonna be Piotr Smaroń and Stanisław Kieniewicz. You know Piotr, I don't know Stanisław.
Piotr Smaroń, yes, he's associated with the Crooks climbing wall, another bouldering wall in Warsaw, and Stanisław Kieniewicz. He's a usual suspect at Bloco.
What does that mean?
He trains at the Bloco.
He knows this one.
So it's a compound. So it's
But
between the Crooks and the Bloco.
okay, this gives a bit of an insight because maybe we didn't speak it out loud, but it has to be said. But where we're sitting at right now is the capital of Poland. It's Poland, and it's Warsaw, and the wall that you're looking at, it's Bloco. I'd say probably the biggest bouldering gym in Warsaw for sure.
This is by far the biggest bouldering gym in Warsaw. There's no question about it. One of the biggest in Poland. Certainly the biggest in Poland. The first biggest to be opened.
Yeah.
And in the recent years, a few other big bouldering walls opened in Poland. But I think I can say that Bloco sort of started. Showed people that bouldering can actually.
It can be a sport for anybody.
Yes.
It when it opened up, it basically boomed quite a big community around it, which never happened.
It attracted so many people, and it's working. A lot of people climbs every day.
And it pushed as well other people to open up other gyms as well, bouldering gyms, because there's 1-2 more strictly bouldering gyms already opened up, and one more big thing which is gonna open up in a couple of months. So
Yes.
it seems like that the scene for climbing around in,
I would
in
say,
Warsaw,
I think it's the last 5 years in Poland that bouldering as a discipline made a huge leap, and those walls that are opening right now all over Poland, they can be easily compared to international big bouldering walls.
it seems like this is something that's happening very fast, and that's really booming and building big communities around it, which is really cool to see, because it's good to come on a wall like this, see how many people are getting attracted with it, see how many people like it, and then see as well these people go out and climb outside and see having climbing for them as this what is our passion, as this what leads you through life. But enough with this philosophical.
We already have
shite.
boys. We already have the boys watching the problems, planning the way up.
Well,
On the right, we have Piotr Smaroń on the right, as I said before, associated with the Crooks bouldering wall, and on the left we have Stanisław Kieniewicz.
what the change on the boulder is I guess the beginning stayed the same.
I guess they removed that crimp that they added the
Yeah,
girls.
well, they did remove the crimp. They did remove a big ball on the right side of the volume in the middle of the wall, so which makes the move from the right hand go directly to a little bit
Small crimp, yes.
yeah, a little bit slopey crimp. You know this hold very very well. You know which one.
I think I know which hold is that. It's a double friction holds from the UK.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoever competes internationally knows these holds very well. They're very tricky. You need to be very precise grabbing them.
Okay, and we're starting in now. Let's
And
see
the
if
boys
guys
are
make
up.
Make it first go. It's exactly the same move, first one, but now this is a bit different. Okay.
Piotr's just going very fast. Seems like
a bit more of his time. Okay, and
that was very quick.
that was the race.
That was very quick. Well done to Peter.
Well done to Peter, and well done to Staszek, because he didn't make it to the top still. I don't know if he's gonna have another go. No, the guys are in with the ladder.
I think the competition ends once there's the top out.
Okay, so we've got a winner, first go winner.
There you go. So we have the amateurs final behind us, and we will continue in a few minutes with the presentations, the finalist presentations of the Bloco Masters, the one that everyone's waiting for.
And in reality, what we were seeing the last yesterday and today, it was something by far the biggest and the most international event that we've had in Poland so far. Because overall, from the 550 competitors, 520 approximately that did sign in for this competition, there's been around 60 people from Ukraine, Russia, Lithuania, Latvia. Where's David Lama from? He's German?
He's Austrian.
He's Austrian. I'm sorry.
David is Austrian, yes.
I'm very sorry. David Lama from Austria, and one competitor from France. So people from around Europe.
That's what I said. It's all over Europe, and it's a very good news for us. It seems that the comp is attracting more and more people, and that was the goal. That was the idea, to somehow attract people to make a decision and come and visit Poland, visit Warsaw.
You know other type of competitions like this, the one like this one happening in Bloco. Do you know other places around Europe?
I know exactly, because I know the competition that sort of inspired us to open the Bloco Wall, and that's the climbing International Climbing Festival in Sheffield, the Quiff.
How long is that happening?
Quiff has been happening for several years now. I think it's going to be like, I'm not 100% sure, but it's close. It's going to be close to 10 years now, I think.
Did you compete in it? How many times did you compete in it?
I took part in Quiff myself 3 times, I think. 3 times. Few years ago, though. But I remember when I was there sitting with Tomasz Oleksy. I think it was maybe year 2000. I think that must have been like 2006 or 2007. We were sitting outside the climbing warriors in Sheffield, and we were thinking like, we have to. It has to be possible. We should think about opening a wall like this in Poland. And we are now a few years later, and it happened. So we were happy that we have a competition like this and a wall like this in Poland now.
It's really cool because many of these foreign competitors that come here, this is not an invitational competition. This is not a competition where we in reality get these people directly that we know we're gonna be having. We just spread out the word, and many of these guys, they just happen to come, and many of these guys are in reality competing in this event since a couple of years, because it's been happening since 5 years now. You know it much better than I do. The
first Bloco competition was in 2012, and that was the competition called Bloco Open, and it was still in the previous place. The Bloco wall was in another place in Warsaw, and then eventually we moved to relocated to the bigger place, this one, the current one, which obviously opened
new possibilities.
New possibilities, more space, more volumes, and more space for the crowd as well, to allow a big crowd inside. We cannot see that on that camera here, but inside we probably have more than 600 or 700 people watching the whole comp.
Yeah, just coming. Many of them just coming for the for the finals right now, just to see how it happens, because there's gonna be things happening. I mean, we've been saying that this is the biggest. We've had the biggest amount of foreigners coming to compete in it, but as well we've had the biggest competition in terms of the hard, like, strongest climbers coming in. Maybe let's talk a few words about who's been in this competition in the qualies and who made it to the finals. But we'll see the finals in a second, but let's maybe just get a quick glance.
I agree with Adam. Like, make no mistake, this is the strongest competition ever held in Poland when you look at the names that are in the final. So maybe Adam will start introducing who we're gonna see exactly.
I mean, already since a couple of days, we knew that world champions are going to be coming in here, and we've got, first of all, we've got a triple world champion, which is Dmitry Sharafudinov, coming from Yekaterinburg. For anybody of you watching the live streams of the World Cups, well, you know this person, you know how Dmitry climbs, and you've seen it. You know that this is the absolute top level. I mean, being 3 times the world champion and being 2 times the world champion in a row, because he's been the world champion in 2011 in Arco and then 2012 in Paris, which made quite a big show winning that competition. And I mean, that's something that not many people can say that they've done in their life. This is something really extreme, and so that's Dmitry. We've had from Russia as well, Alexei Rubtsov. If you've watched last year's World Cup and you've seen the last edition in Munich, Alexei showed really big power and big climbing skills, because he's won that World Cup. It was the World Cup in Munich in August 2015. But as well, it is a world champion from 2009 from Qinghai, from China. So we've got 2 world champions coming in. And then we've got a bunch of guys that have been in the finals or in the semi-finals of the World Cup. And maybe to start up with, a few words about our single Polish, let's say, star in the men's final. It's Andrzej Mecherzyński-Wiktor. If you've watched last year's competition, you've seen Andrzej a couple of times in the semi-finals. You've seen him in the semi-finals in, let's look at it, in Toronto in 2015. You've seen him in the semi-finals in Chongqing in 2015, but you've seen him in the final in Chongqing as well. So this guy made the final in 2015, and he's made the semis 2 times in 2014. That was Haiyang and that was Grindenwald. So really a strong competitor, with maybe not the youngest of them, but still getting still getting strong and definitely picking up an experience, which gives him a lot of possibility.
What's his advantage? What's Andrzej's advantage in this competition is the fact that he trains at that wall, so he knows very well all the parts of the wall. Obviously, that can be the advantage. We will break that introduction for a second, because we are seeing now the presentation of the girls finalists, and the first one out is Katarzyna Kwińska. She's actually the winner of that comp for the last 2 years, so she's going to be defending the title from the last year, and she also won the Bloco Open competition in 2014. The second out is Daria Brylova, the only finalist not from Poland. She's from Ukraine.
And then next up we have Karina Mirosław and Gosia Rudzińska. They're both from Lublin, from southeastern part of Poland. And then first place after the qualification round, Monika Młodecka. Ah no, sorry, the first one is Ida Kucz.
They have the same score.
Okay.
So they equal. They are equal first place.
And now let's see the men. So this is something we've started up talking about. First on will be Sergei Topishko from Ukraine, and this guy, well, he was competing in the last group in the qualifiers, so he was competing today. This guy has to be quite tired in reality.
He must be, yes.
Now, second one out, Roland Rugens from Latvia. Really a strong competitor from Latvia, being in the semi-finals in Vail and Chongqing 2014, and being number 14 on the European Championships in Innsbruck. Next one out,
Kypros Baltrunas. He's visiting us in Bloco year on year for the past 3 years, and he's representing Lithuania.
Yeah, guest from Vilnius. And now, yeah, the man we've been talking about before, Dmitry Sharafudinov, coming from Yekaterinburg, from Russia, 3 times world champion to repeat.
I think we can easily say that Dimitri is a favorite. I mean, everyone is expecting him to.
Well, they're expecting him to do really the magic things that he does on the World Cups. And
exactly.
Now, next behind him was Alexei Rubtsov, and the last one out. You can
hear the crowd. You can hear the crowd. Is definitely everyone's supporting Andrzej as the only Pole in the final.
It's like you know, you've got these little. I don't want to say puppy toys, but the ones you've got for Olympic Games, you know, like the icons, and he's probably one of the icons of this gym right now.
Exactly. Everyone knows him very well because he, like I said before, he trains at that wall on an everyday basis.
Well, if you ever happen to be in Warsaw and you ever happen to be in Bloco, well, believe me, if he's gonna be there, you'll know he's there. You know, you're gonna see some strange things happening. Really cool and very enthusiastic always. Sometimes quite loud.
Let's say he's a one of a character, I would say.
He's a one-man orchestra, definitely. You know.
So the men's and the women's are watching their first problem now. They have 2 minutes to do that. They will have actually 2 minutes to watch every single problem of the final.
So we're gonna be having how many? 8 minutes of watching
they will be
right now.
moving to the left.
How does it look like to you? Let's maybe start with the men's. What we're seeing in the reality, we don't see the starting position, but we see them like grabbing the volume on the right side, and then at Big Nothing.
It seems like it's gonna be a start position and then sort of a jump to the volume, the red volume on the left.
What we don't see is that there's this small, tiny red crimp just below where the spotlight is.
We have a better view now.
And probably have to use this to jump into the volume, and from there on we have an inverse.
You can see the crowd now. We have a different view. You can see how many people is actually watching the comp.
It's quite a big crowd, and it's
you
really
could say
motivating.
it's a sea of heads.
Yeah. Well, after the volume, we don't see too much, but there's 2 more volumes that they have to somehow get a hold of to get up to the top. Looking at it, how it looks right now, you have to guess probably either go into an undercling direct to go right hand and right hand again, or go straight up, jump right hand to switch an undercling and go up. We'll see if they read it like this. They moved on to number 2.
Everyone already moved to watch number 2,
and we see the guys just grab it onto the volumes.
All they can touch is the starting holds, the ones marked with the green tape. That's the rule. They are not allowed to touch any other holds than the ones marked with the green tape. Let's be clear about that.
We see the full 2 profiles right now, and we see that the men are climbing where the losers, let's say,
it's
were
the
climbing.
wild panda part of the wall. And the girls are on the left red panel. A lot of volumes on the girls one. What they're trying to do now, these 2 minutes are supposed to allow them to plan their climbing. They can share their ideas, how to start it, what's the proper way up. You can see the yellow tape. Sorry, the yellow tape is the bonus hold. In that case, that's the whole volume. If the tape is next to the volume, it means that the whole volume is a bonus.
For the men, we see something a little bit similar to what we did see with the losers. We see again these volumes and some small holds on them. Probably some a little bit like going off balance jumps on it. While for the women, it's a much more complicated thing. There's a lot of volumes. There's 2 big slopey holds. Women, we know very well they don't like the slopey hold, so this is going to be quite challenging for them to catch on to these slopey pink holds on the left side. And then going through 2 square volumes to go up on the very left side to the top. It seems that this is definitely something which is complicated and not very easy to read, and we have to remember that these girls are going to be having only 4 minutes to challenge themselves against the boulder, and if they don't, if they want, they can start even in the last second of the of the disallowed 4-minute time. So
It's the World Cup format. It's a format used regularly in the World Cups, allowing people to have a go before the 4 minutes finishes.
We know
they
as
can
well-
finish their climbing.
we know as well that these girls, they'll be probably exchanging the beta and trying to figure it out like as a group best possible, especially with these type of like slopey, not very convenient for women boulders. And now, well, this is something new, because if you've been to this wall, you haven't seen this. You haven't seen the jig. What's the name of a jig in English?
That's a good question.
You know what's a jig in
let's
English?
say let's settle with a funny picture.
Okay.
But that's true what Adam said. There's a habit. Every single time this comp is held, something new is built to make the wall more interesting. So for this comp, this whole orange part of the wall was built especially, which obviously ultimately made the wall even bigger.
And which is kind of a thing we already said, that many things, you know, during the comps have to be a bit improvised. Well, to be honest, this wall was built 2 days ago. It was finished.
It's always last
a-
minute. It's
but
a
it's a-
Bloco as usual. It's always last minute.
But it gives an extra character to it, because it makes it, you know, new things, they make you get the problems done much faster because you really want to play on them. You haven't climbed on it before, and you can end up with really funky things, and I'm quite sure that this boulder for women will be one of them. We can see something like a run and start, going from the left side, stepping on 2 big volumes and jumping up to the right side to the volume, and then some bit more complicated, tricky things with triangular volumes leading up to the top. And on the left side, it's a little bit of the same thing happening for men, but it seems like that the long move that they have to do into a big inverse triangular, like big volume, it will make them swing their feet around and go left and stand on the volume, which would stop them from the swing. Let's see if they read it like this, and let's see if they do it exactly like that. Then from that on to the top, it seems a little bit more straight on. But you never know in the reality, because strange things can happen, and these guys, they can have really crazy beta. Remember, they haven't seen anybody climbing on it before. They've been given no beta on it.
I was watching this problem before, and it's exactly like you said. It's gonna be a running start. It's gonna be really interesting and funny to watch, because they're actually gonna be running on those volumes.
Yeah, we hope to see that as well. Well, girls don't like it so much, but we hope it's gonna be okay. And
We're moving to the
number
final
4.
problem.
Exactly. So we're on number 4 right now, and we see right now the beginning of the women's problem. It's in the cave. It's in the steep part of the wall, the steepest part of the wall that there is. And well, we don't see it that well, but the distance between the first volume, the hand volume, and the second hold, which is for the hands, is so big that these girls are going to be definitely trying to jump around it. And I'll be goddamn surprised if any of them cheats it.
And what I've heard, I think we can say that, because competitors obviously cannot hear us. I was talking to Tomasz Oleksy, who's one of the setters, and he told me that they planned the route setting in a way that this last problem is going to be the hardest ones.
Yeah, well, what we were aiming for a little bit was to get this whole round, because you have to always look at the boulders as of a round of climbs, you know. It's not a single boulder number 1, single boulder number 2, and you just judge what is the difficulty, if they're going to be able to do it or not. You have to count it as a circuit of 4 climbs. And well, you can play with the level and the intensity of the climb, and our goal with this time was to try to get it progressive. That means we start off with something a little bit easier, but we go definitely into harder things to try to end up with something hardest. But I think it's not gonna be any any disadvantage if we say right now. But doing this problem number 4 for men was definitely something we were very unsure of what the conditions are going to be when climbing it, because what you see is many big volumes, you see they're all kind of slopey. Some of them have some chips on it, small micro chips, but many don't. And this very much means that it's very friction dependent. If you get good friction, these calls are gonna be okay. But if by any chance the friction goes worse and you got sweaty hands, this whole thing is gonna just get much harder. So this is like an extra small thing that we're playing with, and a bit of an unknown for us as well.
Adam, let me ask you a question, because obviously that you've been one of the root setters as well, so you took part in the whole process. How hard that was for you? Because obviously we haven't seen so many strong climbers here in Poland. While you were setting, were there problems that you were not able to do? I mean, because it's very hard to actually to get the difficulty right.
You know, with this round, it was something that I was a little bit feeling more confident with, because this round has one thing: it's 4 minutes. You know, if these guys don't do it within 4 minutes, they don't try it anymore. So you know that if you're playing with something that is extremely, extremely hard and it goes long, there's a big chance that these guys are going to have only 2 attempts on it. So what I want to try to say is that anyhow, always when you set these boulders, you always have to do the single moves on them. And especially with this round, it was on the qualification round that we've had moves we were not able to do. It was as well the matter of fatigue and just being tired at the end of setting, because it was a long process. But with that round, we could have afforded it, because we knew they would have the amount of attempts they would want, and they would watch other people climb it. But with these boulders, we had to make sure that we do all the moves, because they will not be able to punch so many attempts on it. And what is very important as well, they're going to have to read it out correct in many cases. And I know that this boulder number 4 is very much where you have to read it out correct and execute the footwork, especially very correct, not to take a swing and just fall off the hold. But
we'll come back to that in a few minutes.
Exactly, we'll be back with number 4 in the moment.
We just moved to number 1. That's where everything's going to start.
And I guess the guys are quite ready. They have to have a small break between their watching session and the session when they compete. The first guy we'll be seeing out is Sergej Topishko. He's coming from Lugansk, from Ukraine, and well, it is. Are we okay?
Yeah. And the first girl that's gonna come out will be Kasia Ekwińska.
Yeah. So one more thing about Kasia is that this is something probably important. She's the Polish champion for the moment, ranking number 1 from the championships which were up in December, held here on this wall. So she's won the competition. She's won her championship a couple of months ago, 2 months ago, and we've got the first competitors coming out. On the left side, Kasia Ekwińska, on the right side, Sergej Topishko, and they have to turn around because they can start the climb and watching the problem again when the buzzer hits, and that's it. 4 minutes for these people, and let's see how they do. They know the problem right now. You see the time on the left side of your screen going down from 4 minutes.
Let's be clear about that. Every single try is counted.
Yeah.
So they have to be very, very precise not to lose attempts, because every attempt eventually might decide on the result.
Yeah, if they're gonna be leading or not. We see that Kasia already did start up. She's trying. We didn't speak about this boulder because we were focused on the men's boulder. She's trying to go over these volumes from left to right.
Sergej just jumped.
And we've got Sergej on the other side, just jumping up to the volumes.
That's what we thought. It was a jump. What's gonna happen next?
That's what we saw. Okay, so he went right hand first. That's what I said. There were 2 big volumes, but we're back with Kasia, jumping up to her volume and holding it by the tip of the fingers.
On three fingers only.
3 fingers open up.
So she's got the bonus hold now in a second. Now she's got the bonus hold. So she's got a bonus hold in the first attempt. She's getting very close now.
Okay, come on. You see this dual texture, big hold on the top.
So it seems that that's not the end. You have another difficult place up there.
It's always like this, come on. It's always like... Well,
that's how it's supposed to be.
That's how it's supposed to be. She got the bonus, there has to be a second crux, you know, like it cannot let go easy. But we see that these boulders are not very long. Well, for Kasia, it took some time to go through this dihedral, to move from left to right.
And it's already 2 minutes 20 to go. So you can see that this one attempt took her around 2 minutes. So how many more goes she can take.
But they did still manage, both of them, to go quite high. Remember that when they go out as the last ones, it means they went, well, like theoretically they went least out of these 6 in the qualification round. So, but nevertheless, it's always, I'm just leading to the fact that the first boulder is very much always a little bit of a continuation of a warm-up, you know. It does not have to be, and it's even bad when it's super hard straight off from the ISO.
So let's see Sergey now. She's gonna jump again. And he sticks it.
He's a long guy. Let's see if he sticks the second move.
He's definitely the tallest out of the finalists.
Now he has to switch with the left hand.
But he can put the heel.
Nah, he missed it. He just got it like 2 fingers where he should have the full 3 fingers on. It seemed like he had a little bit not the correct trajectory. He was switching his hand. His hips went out.
This hold on the left hand, I'm not sure, guys, if you can see it. It's really tiny.
Okay, Kasia's back after the jump on the volume. She made a really good attempt a second ago, and now she's up second time on this big 2 volumes. So grabbing the small print, and now let's see if she manages to go up all the way to the top of this.
And again, the same place.
Well, to give you a bit small sneak into these boulders, it's like these two top holds of women. Well, they have a big dual texture in the middle, and that's not the place where you want to catch them. You want to catch them on the right side very much, a little bit like not compressing but doing the anti-thing of compressing it to squeeze it a bit out, and that's where you get the friction and you can start pumping up this left hand. So by the time that Kasia figures it out, well, she's not got much time to do it.
What about this tiny hold on the edge? Is it very small?
Yeah,
what sort of hold is that?
It's a small print in reality, just to keep you in balance, because what you're doing, you're standing very well in balance.
All your weight is on the heel.
On the foot, exactly. Sergey Topishko probably on one of the last attempts.
Sergey's third go. I think it's going to be his last.
It's his last attempt.
He's not going to have another attempt.
Okay, he's up. That's his high point. Oh, very close.
So Sergey's score is the bonus in the first go, because he sticked the volume in the first go, and Katarzyna as well. So they both have bonus in the first go. That's their final scores for the first problem.
They all got really good attempts. They've all got bonuses at the first scores. That's really good, and that's I guess probably Grzesiek, it's more for you to say, because I haven't been competing for such a long time. I guess that's quite important to start off the competition, the final, with getting at least close to the top, not falling down somewhere low.
That might be intimidating when you start a comp and you face the first problem, and all of a sudden you can't even start. That can put you off. And the psychological aspect of the climbing is very important as well. That's why competitors always say it's very important to flash the first problem, because that can put you on a huge note, and it can give you psychological advantage over the others that might be stressing out, and after you top out the first one, all the pressure is off, and you can come back to isolation and get ready for the next one, knowing that you already have the advantage. So that's exactly what you said. It's very important. Look at Roland's way. He did it the other way. He went up the starting volume and jumped then. And it seems like he may be in a better position that Sergey was in.
But he picks a different beta on the top, huh? He picks a different beta now. Ooh, wow.
That was close, but that's interesting. I think it may be the right way. What do you think?
I'm not quite sure. It seemed for me much better the way that Sergey was there. He just stood his right foot down on the lower foothold and went straight up with his body being pretty much in a straight position, so that he could push from the right foot and in reality stand in that position before transferring the left hand. But I guess Roland will get this on the second go, but this was not exactly the beta. Now we see Daria Brylova on the left side.
Is that her second go?
Attempt, but goddamn, I have to tell you guys, like, this left hand that she's crimping, instead of pushing her hips out of the wall a bit, that's a goddamn small crimp. And
she's off again.
She's off again. She made it really good, and we can see she's got really strong fingers. If you did watch Kasia before, you could see that she was definitely standing lower on her foot and putting much more pressure on the feet instead of holding on to that hold. But we see both ways are possible. And now Roland Rugens on his second attempt on problem number 1. Let's see if he's gonna top it out and ride on that wave of success from number 1 to number 4. Okay, so he's back with his beta.
And
Maybe
same place.
Same place, same beta. Maybe he doesn't see that foot going down left, or he believes that that hold which is up there on this right hand volume is well enough to be able to hang up it. But well, I've been there, I've tried it. It's not. It's really hard to do it that way. If he does
And
it,
Dashka was very close now.
she was really getting close. She's one of the smallest competitors as well. We have to remember she's as well quite young.
But she's very well known for her ability to do dynamic moves. And I think I could risk the statement that she's probably the most dynamic out of the girls in that final.
I remember in the Polish Cup in Łódź this year where we made a triple jump for the girls. She was one of them that was getting quite close on it, and well, definitely she was one of them that did begin to understand that it's a triple jump and you cannot just stop on the next thing. So we know she's got good dynamic skills. Let's hope on this fourth attempt, she's gonna make it. In the meantime, Roland getting to bonus on number one straight away and back to his beta. Let's see if it works for him, and let's hope he's gonna do it because
He's got it, he sticked it.
God, that's goddamn impressive, I have to say. And you could see by the look of his face.
And that was very close again.
That was really, really close.
Still no bonus for Daria.
Still no bonus for Daria, but what we could see is as well the fact that it's not only about the height of the jump that you get on this boulder, it's very much about the momentum. If you jump too much, your body swings out so much that it's really hard to hold on to that volume. It seems that it's so big that it would just be a jug, but it's really not.
But
it's
you get that swing that takes you off, unless you try to compress your body and hold it.
Okay, probably their last attempts. You have to remember that the climbers always give themselves a bit of a reserve in time to, in case they burn the attempt badly, they can stick it back again.
So we have Roland in the same position.
And the same beta.
And that's it for him. That's it for him.
And
Dashka almost.
Almost again.
So
unfortunately, not this time.
That pair, Roland finishes up with the first go to the bonus. So it's exactly the same score as Sergi. So they equal now. And Dashka, unfortunately, no bonus for her.
No bonus, so the score is 0-0 for Daria. But we've got the next competitors coming out right now. In between, there's the cleaning of the boulders, so they got the best conditions possible. And the climbers we'll be seeing is gonna be Kasia Mirosław
and Kypros Baltrunas. Kypros Baltrunas and Karina Mirosław.
Karina Mirosław, not Kasia Mirosław. Yeah, it's the sister of Kasia that we did see in the losers competition in the final. So two sisters in the final, not competing against each other, but next to each other. It's kind of fun as well, and really good to see. And the buzzer is off. They've got 4 minutes minus 10 seconds and running. Karina started up already. Let's see how she transfers through, and maybe let's see the bigger picture where we can see both of them, because it's gonna be interesting to see how Kypros does this jump. And
so Kypros seems like he's trying the way that Roland did, trying to walk onto that volume before the jump.
And Karina was trying a bit too static to go just up to this volume. Well, you have to jump from both feet. You really have to let it all go.
Kypros getting into the position that he's going to jump in a second. We will see him jump, and he sticks it. So he's got bonus on the first go. What do you think? Is the judge going to...
No. Well, he shouldn't, in my opinion, but
it's all up to the judge now, whether he will give him a bonus in that first go.
To explain it, it's all about holding a position and holding the hold in the correct way. Well, what was happening, and this is exactly the thing with this boulder, is that this swing is not so super easy to hold. So unless you can really stick it and control the swing, well, it's not a bonus position in reality. So you can touch the hold, you can have both hands on it, but it still does not mean you're holding it and you're been given the bonus. Now Karina doing again the job, trying to stick it with one hand. Well, I guess that this is what Kasia was doing. She made it stick with one hand only with these three fingers that we were looking at.
But Kasia is taller, so it may have been slightly easier for her to hold it.
And keep us jumping up again. Okay,
and now he clearly holds it.
Now you can see the difference between first and the second position. Let's see, he picks up the mat of Sergei, but doesn't stick the hold. This upper volume that he was going for with the right hand, it's got too two, let's say, pocket holds, very slopey ones with dual texture on the side, so you cannot hit the side, the top of the hole. You have to get it really precise in the pockets, and well, this is what the difficulty of the second part is about. It's about hitting correctly nice hold, standing on the foot, and transferring the feet. Karina is back again, though, in both hands, but this time doesn't make it again. Well, I think she was not deep enough with her left hand and the big volume. She's got still 1 minute and a half to go. And remember that when she started, even in the last seconds, she can make it up all the way to the top, even when the buzzer goes down to 0. It's still going to be up for her whether if she uses the time in the dehydro and rest or whether if she's going to go straight up. And we've got Kipras going again on the right side. Let's see if he makes it to the jump, and let's see what beta does he use with after the jump. He's got it, sticks the move. Let's see if this is an important move. We've seen only Sergey doing it so far, and tried to go for a shoulder move, and it didn't quite succeed with it. Now we've got Kasia again, and she sticks it. That's a really, really good attempt. It's a really good jump for her, and that gives her into a good leading, let's say, almost position. Okay, she managed to fix to see that there's a small chip on top of that volume, and now let's see if she makes this, but didn't really take for. She's really high up, and that is really good progress on this boulder. She's got definitely one more attempt to go. She knows how it goes right now. She has to focus on doing the jump correct, which is not going to be because there's not a lot of time to rest. But if she does it, she's going to have one more attempt on this last move, and hopefully she'll be able to do it, because she seemed like she was very close. She was up with her hips, up with her hands, and she just slipped off with the right hand. And what we said, she's gonna take a bit of time to rest in this dihydro and give herself a chance to really go good. In the meantime, Kipras did the jump. And
is he gonna try a different beta now? It seems like he wants to try a different beta.
Karina is off, unfortunately, and at the same time, no, off for Kipras as well. So the same score for men, huh?
Same score for Kipras, assuming that the judge gave him the first go on that bonus.
Yeah.
Because it may be a second try to the bonus, depending on the judge decision. We don't know it. We would have to check that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be same first place type for Kipras or second place, and definitely a second place for Karina so far, because she's made it to the bonus on, I think, a 4th or 5th attempt. Well, I guess it was, yeah, 4 attempt. And off to the world champion from 2012, 2011 and 2007, Dmitry Sharafudinov on the right side, and Gosia
Rodzinska did a very quick start. The time just started, she's already on the wall.
Dima is taking a bit of his time, as he quite often is on these boulders. He's relaxed, he knows this competition, he knows how the format goes, he goes
so
up
he's
high.
Trying to get into more safe position to jump.
This was the position I was taking as well when I was trying this jump. It felt a bit easier.
There you go, and he sticks it very easily.
He's got it good, and let's see the second move right now, because this is an important one.
So Dimitri already has a bonus in the first go, and he sticks it.
He sticks this move. Let's see how he makes it next.
It's all whether he's got it. He's got it. That was close.
That was the closest we've seen so far, and it's well, that's the world champion, huh? That's what we want to see. Definitely.
You can clearly see the difference. I mean, he managed to hold this tiny little hold on the right hand.
But it's kind of interesting, because if you try to compare, you know, right now what was happening on different competitions in 2015, so the last season, well, Dimitri didn't make it to the final in Munich, and Alexei Rubtsov did, and he won that final, and Sergei Topishko, he did go into the final in Munich, and he went with number 4. So 2 of the guys competing in this final are in reality on the last international competition, they had better score than Dimitri did. In the meantime, Dimitri's taking his time to rest. Well, he definitely did pop off the holds, and he wants to leave some skin for this good attempt. And Gosia is up, trying to reach the side pull, from which we have to jump up and do the long
Gosia's getting
move.
into the jumping position.
Okay, it's the first time she tried it. Well, I guess you have to learn this jump a bit. And Dima did the move. What? He was out of balance. He did it. You did see this. Well, he was not super controlled
He
here.
had a huge swing, but he managed to hold it.
Okay, a flip.
He will try. I think he will try to put the heel first. No, he goes.
He goes good.
He's got the heel. He's got the heel. He's very close now.
Is he able to do the
Very
top?
close now. And he's got it. He's got it.
That's the man.
He's topping out problem number 1 with the second go.
Really, really good attempt, and that's well, I guess we'll be saying this out a couple of times during this transmission, this live stream, that I mean, people did want to see this, definitely. They wanted to see these guys, they wanted them to perform, not flash these boulders, not be easy with them, having a struggle, having a big time, you know, doing them, but doing them, showing, you know, what's the world class.
And Dimitri takes the lead.
In the meantime, Gosha up on number 1, again, grabbing the side pull, crimping onto that left hand, that's crazy. Is she going to be able to...
You can see that her body is shaking. She's trying to do that with the left hand, left leg.
I have to get the right hand foot there, because what is the difficulty of this jump in reality is that the left hand is not good enough to be able to lift your body from the left foot on the lower volume. So once you're leaving the lower volume with the left foot, you have to directly start pushing up with the right foot, leave the left hand off the hold and jump.
It seems like the hold that she's supposed to use for the left hand is super tiny. I mean, it's
I have to tell you, this one is like just breaking your skin. It's a really, really small crimper, but you have to crimp extremely hard to go up like as
and she needs to go straight away. There she goes. She's got it. She sticks it.
Very good. That's what we're saying. You know, we want to have this exactly like we want to have climbers learning how to do these problems, not doing them straight away.
Gosha is up there.
Come on.
She's very close now.
Almost. Like Karina, just slipping off to the right hand, but she did try and...
Was the...
Before... Karina's... you know.
Last 4 seconds, whether she's gonna take another go. It seems like she will take another go.
It's funny because these last two climbers, Gosha and Karina, they're both climbing at the same place. They're both from the...
Small mistake at the beginning, and that costed her that go.
Unfortunately, but a really good effort from Gosha, because learning how to do this thing in 4 minutes and doing it on your own without anybody telling you, you know, move your head, move your foot a bit left, a bit right, and all that stuff, that's really hard.
We have another couple coming in.
And wearing the national t-shirt on the right side, in a second you'll see Alexei Rubtsov, the guy winning the last World Cup in Munich, and now down in the final at Bloco Masters. And on the left side, Monika Młodecka, climber from Łódź, currently living in Wrocław, and the buzzer goes off. And that's it, our 4th climbers in the final will be taking a start in just a second.
I think this problem might suit Monika on the left. I know her ability to do dynamic moves. Alexei didn't wait long. He already decided to jump from the low start.
Went really fast. He's going with the heel, like Roland did, but now he realizes that this is not the way. Or maybe again, this is funny. This is very good.
He's trying to get into the heel undercut position already before the move.
Well,
it seems to be very hard.
It's really hard, and he slipped off before with the right foot. So, but it seems like that for Alexei, this is something a little bit more complicated than
is she really gonna match on this tiny hold? She did.
Come on,
she managed
to match anything.
She managed to match on this tiny little hold on the left hand.
We can even give them, you know, a needle.
And like in my opinion, she should do that move quite easily. No.
Her body was a little bit out, but I guess she'll do it. I'll do it. I would bet probably she'll do it second or third go.
She knows the position now. She knows what she has to do. It's whether she's gonna execute that.
Well, it's fun because like you can start betting once you see the people climbers. That the real betting begins when you haven't seen them yet on the boulder and you have absolutely no idea how they feel.
The first go. You always try to work out how the hold's gonna work. You can obviously when you stand before the problem, you can in front of the problem, you can plan, you can think how the hold's gonna work, but unless you're actually on it, you can't be 100% sure.
But then again, once you've done the first attempt and you know more or less what's happening, you have to keep your guts together to execute the thing and not be afraid of, you know, maybe like slipping a bit or going a bit too fast. Or just staying relaxed, staying focused on the moment, on the time that you have.
That's the thing, that if you're gonna be hesitant, if the problem is set in the correct way, you're gonna fall. I mean, you have to go for it.
What's interesting is like it took 2 minutes for Alexei to go on the second attempt. Well,
So
this
he
problem
rested.
is very short, and all the other times that we've been this, that they have to just feel the beta correct, but they were
Alexei-
going one after one. Alexei doesn't do it.
Alexei seemed to actually took a while to rest.
He took 1.5 minutes almost
Yeah.
to do it. But then again, he made a big turn, you know, the first one. He was switching methods, he was hanging onto that slopey rail for quite a bit of time, so...
I was talking to Alexei before the comp while he was in isolation, and he did tell me that the qualification round and the Forza problem that he had to compete on yesterday, that was something for him. I mean, he felt a bit tired.
Okay,
He managed to stick it. Seems like he's on the right way now to finish the problem.
Did you guys
And he
see
does.
that ease?
He
Did you
does.
see that ease, how he just flipped off with
So
that
there you
heel?
go, Alexei, third attempt.
That was something to see. I mean, like all these guys, like Sergey and Dima, which were there before, when they got a hold of the right hand, they were seriously thinking what to do now. Alexei, when he got onto the right hand, just straight on flipped his foot as he was hanging onto the jug with the right hand, huh?
And just did it.
man.
He is behind Dimitri though. Dimitri had one try less to top out, one attempt less to top out. So he's second go now. I mean, he's second place now, sorry.
That puts Alexei in place number 2, and well, now it's only up for Monica. She's got still one more try. She didn't make too many attempts on that boulder either. She did a slip on her second attempt or the third attempt right down at the very start, and we'll see what happens now because it's her last chance in reality. The clock went down to 0 and she has to switch the foot, transfer onto the right side, get into the position and go fast but precise onto the volume and try to stick it to
It's
to
all
see
about
if she's
putting
doing
your
the
weight
top.
on the right foot now.
Okay, she's matching that crimp. That's
You have to be
heinous.
very accurate. The left hold is,
That's
tiny.
really heinous.
and there it is.
Okay, she's onto the position. Ah,
Almost there. No bonus for Monica.
missing a bit of height on that jump, I felt. Like, we could see that both Gosha, even Daria and Kasia, when they were jumping there, they had their
They
hands
were
a bit
leaning
bent.
onto the right foot
Yeah.
and then exploding from the left foot. And there you go, we have Andrzej. Everyone were waiting for Andrzej to come out. He went for the bare naked the bare naked look.
the naked man. Very, seems like focused. Let's hope so, because this is the key, definitely. And well, we know what can give him the lead, huh? It's flashing this problem. If he doesn't flash it, he's not in the lead. But if he flashes it, he could take the lead on this
He
problem.
can still take the lead. If he manages to top it out in the first go, he will take the lead.
He's on the volume as Dimitri was, standing both feet on the volume without the hand, without the thumb catch thing to jump from.
He's thinking what to do now.
Well,
It seems to be
what?
he's trying to turn around.
Well, that's if
That's
you don't
an
know this guy.
It is an interesting idea.
If you don't know this guy, you wouldn't think somebody would do it. But if you know this guy, it's the one doing
He
it.
did it.
I don't know, guys,
And
if you
I think
hear
the
it, but
crowd,
the crowd loves
the
it.
crowd is crazy now, and they might.
Okay,
they
he's
must
got
love
it. He's
him.
got it. He's got it. He's got it. Come
He
on,
sticks the
stick
right
that
foot.
thing.
He's got almost there.
Almost falling like Dima. Falling just like Dima. A little bit too messy with the feet, I'd say.
Everything is in the game though. He's got the bonus in the first go.
He was tied with Dima in the qualies, so whatever happens now on the second go, he can still be in the lead on a tied first place. In the meantime, left side, Ida Kupsch.
Ida
It's
got
a-
into the undercut.
It's a really interesting competitor for those of you guys who are watching it for the first time from here from Poland. Competition like this, it's a very interesting competitor because this is a junior. This girl is 16 years old. She just came back from Spain doing an 8B plus route called Calea Boroca from Tirana, a really, really good route, but this is bouldering and it doesn't matter. This girl on the Polish Championships of seniors, she went down to second place with seniors, even though she's still a junior. So this is definitely a big talent happening here and taking part in this competition. Let's see how she does it, and let's see Andrzej at the same time going up again on problem number 1. It took
I
him
think
quite a bit
he's
of time.
doing it again. He's gonna turn around to the crowd again.
He is the monster. He likes the bit of a show thing. Oh,
There you
whoa,
go,
that's-
and he's
that
got it, he sticks
swing
it.
was big, huh? The swing was big. Let's see if he does it. He can grab this hold.
He's got
but
the hold.
his
He's got the
feet
hold.
Go off. Come on,
He
Andrzej,
has
just-
to stick it. Come on.
Yes! Very close, huh? Very, very close. Ida went down in the meantime, but she's up again. Trying to transfer right. She has problem with the transfer out to the right side and with getting this right hand on this hold, switching the feet and putting right foot up. And now is the time to jump. Oh, okay,
She's got it.
Oh, she was on the limit. She didn't really jump to it. She just leaned and went
I
up.
think
but,
it's a fourth or fifth attempt.
but she crimped the right hand. That's crazy. Now this is the game where it goes. We've seen two girls up here already. Well,
Seems that this tiny hold on the edge is very hard to hold on to.
a bit of an inside view is that this hold is really shit. I mean, like this hold
Let's
is
be
very
clear.
big.
Let's just
be
say
clear
let's just
about
say it
it.
loudly.
But
It's shite.
it's tight, but the foot is so big that it's very much about finding the correct placement of the feet and this
Instead
is-
of pulling
and
from
pulling on
the
the
tiny
hand.
hold. Yeah.
So you cannot just put the foot anywhere up there on the volume because it's big and you can. You have to put it quite precise on the very edge of
Okay.
it. So to catch the balance correct. We've got the showman happening. You've seen
Andrzej
the
is
guy.
asking the crowd for their support,
So he's looking for support.
and he's having his third go now.
He knows that he can go into a no-hand position here and jump from a no-hand position. So he knows he gave himself a bit of more time in case he falls. He can come back and just go into a no-hand position.
He's got it. He's got
He's
it.
got
Let's see if he can make it
He
this
doesn't have
time.
enough time to go up again, so he has to do it this time. He's got 4 seconds. Come on, flip the hand, buddy.
He's got it.
No, not for him.
No top for Andrzej.
So that gives him,
So
leaves
he-
him in a second position, tied with 3 guys, huh?
Yeah.
Together
So-
with Alexei, with Sergey, and with Roland.
But that's the nature of the bouldering comp. That was only the first problem. We have another 3 to go. Everything can change. Obviously, Dimitri is in the lead with 1 top in 2 attempts, followed by Rubtsov, Alexei. Third go on the top, and then the other 4 boys with the bonus in the first go.
Yeah, well, Sergey and not Sergey, I mean Alexei and Dimitri were the only guys to top out anything in this first round because none of the girls did manage to top their boulder either. So these guys, they are definitely in the lead. We'll be very much looking forward to what's happening on the next boulder because, well, you remember what I said in the beginning that we tried to have it progressive. If it is really progressive, I'm a bit afraid
So
that we're in trouble.
what you're trying to say is that the second one is harder than the first one.
Well, as long as the things are progressive, that's what it is. But I think number 2 for men, in reality, it's a little bit more even when it comes down to difficulty. Because on number 1, we could see everybody going to the bonus very easily, but then not being able to do the third move in reality. But then with this problem, as much as I know it, it should be a little bit more even the first part compared to the second part. So if you get to the bonus fast, you should be able to get the second part going fast as well. You should not be struggling with
Katarzyna's on the wall already.
it. And she's
she-
up in the first of the slopers. I told you the 2 slopers, we were talking about really big slopey holds, and she's got
She's
the
got
volume.
the bonus in the first
She's
go.
got the bonus in the first go, so that leaves her in a really, really good position right now. And she's getting
Is that the
closer
last
to-
move? She's in the.
She has to go to a shoulder move right now, like this exactly. Switch her hands around and go to the top. It's not easy. It's the second crux of the route.
We got Sergey on the wall already. He
Okay.
just fell.
A little bit, Sergey going a little bit just too rightwards.
She's almost there. She's just one move ahead, and she just fell.
Okay, so it's a nasty thing for Kasia and for these guys because she fell again on just the last move of the boulder. It takes a bit of skin and a bit of power.
There's nothing worse than falling off from the last move because first of all, it takes your skin. Second of all, you obviously lose attempts, so your score is getting worse. And third of all, you're just getting tired.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly. Well, let's see. This problem is a little bit more physical than the first one for women. So I think seriously that girls are going to be taking a little bit more time resting between the attempts. While for men, it's again a bit. It's a jumpy thing. It's a jumpy thing. It's not.
It seems like it's a jump with a kick. I would say it's a kick. So you need to jump and ultimately left your left foot very high and kick the volume to sort of kill the swing.
And when you got when you're past this position, you don't really see, but it's up there from the left volume that Sergey is going for, but you have to go up through one more hold and one more volume, I believe, to a top thing, so there's a bit more happening. Kasia went on the second go again on this boulder, and she didn't even make it to the first of the soakers. What you can say as well about this girl is that it is a very young climber as well. She's 21 years old, and she is the only one from this group of competitors in the final of women who has been competing in the World Cups with success of going into the semi-finals, because she's been number 15 last year in Chongqing in China on the World Cup. It's been her first semi-final, and it's been her first really big successful attempt after going from juniors to seniors.
And he's got it. Sergey sticks it in the third go.
Sergey sticks the move, third go. Kasia sticks the move she's been trying to stick before. And let's see how they do on these last parts. They're more or less similar on the tops, on the height of the boulder, and Sergey didn't
just
really make it. We don't really see that hold that he was holding on to, but we'll get it into it in a second. Kasia is definitely chucking up. She knows that this last hold is small. She knows it's a bit...
It's all about matching that last hold before the top.
It's a bit of a nasty match, because I know that hold, it's a bit greasy.
It's all about whether she can match it. Can she match it?
Yes,
she can. And we have a top. Third go. There you go.
And the first top for women in this competition so far. Let's see if the rest of the girls can pick up and match up with Kasia's...
that already puts her in the lead then.
Yeah, well, she is, because she's the only one to have the bonus on the first one.
She was in the lead as well, yes. After that first problem, she was already in the lead, and now she's in a more favorable position.
But still, we have to remember that it tops that counts first. So any of the girls that top it out as number one, and their first attempt, I mean, they're gonna be in lead. Sergey knows now how to do the move and just cruises it.
It's funny how you can see that when competitors, they learn what to do. He was struggling with that first move for first three goes, and now he knew exactly what to do, and he executed it perfectly.
And you see this shoulder move right now, you have to sit on the foot and make a cross move. You don't see the hold very well because it's on the black part of the wall, but you have to cross from this big shoulder thing. Let's see, he picks another, like, he takes another decision.
Is that the right beta? Is that the right with the left hand?
But maybe, you know, you might just happen if you're super strong in the fingers and really pull hard on that left hand, but maybe you can stick that move. It's definitely...
So he's trying the undercut with the left hand. That seems to be a very hard move.
Oh,
and he's off again.
He's off, and time is out, and that was it for Sergey. How many attempts was it on the bonus?
He got bonus in the third go.
Third go. And 0 tops for Sergey, that means, and two bonuses on 4
in 4 attempts now.
That's quite a good score. We've got two next competitors out already. It's Daria Brylova on the left side and Roland Rugens on the left side, on the right side. And let's see how they're gonna do in this problem number 2. We know that for women it's doable. We've seen the man going really high, Sergey going really high on it, and that's it. The man, Roland.
He's one of now.
He's one of the guys who's been competing in this competition in Bloco quite many times. He's been coming here since 3 years, I believe.
He was second last year.
He was
so
second last
that was it's good to note that he was very close to win, but Andrzej was the winner in the end.
And
there you go. He just fell off that first move.
Okay, we've got Daria Brylova on the slopers, not going really to the bonuses yet. I know from talking with the organizers that they've been contacting obviously these competitors to see when they're gonna come and help them arrange all the logistic things with this competition. But they've been asking them as well, what's their, what shape are they in right now? And Roland was one of the guys who was saying, yeah, I'm in a really good shape. Just prepare hard things. So, well, we'll see how he goes. He made it really well in the qualies, and he made almost all the problems without 2. And now he begins to understand the move a little bit more.
He knows there is a swing. He knows he's got to do something to kill that swing, and that's the kick to the left.
And Daria is back on number 2, going up with the heel.
That second go.
Yeah, it's a funky move with that
So I can go on the
with
heel.
that knee that you have to put in the volume. Let's see if she goes left hand or if she decides to go right hand direct.
Goes straight to the bonus. She's
Goes
got the
straight
bonus
to the
in
bonus.
the third go.
And not really. But she sees, you could see that this is a different beta. Kasia went straight left with the left hand, pinching up that volume and then going rightwards to the bonus, while Daria went first right hand and then trying to go left to just to compress the move, and
almost there, Roland.
almost there for Roland.
Still
Attempt
2
number
minutes.
3.
2 minutes, it's a lot of time.
It's a little bit like problem number 1, this one, where they can punch quite a few attempts on this first move and not get super tired, but feel a bit more how it goes with the feet and get this feeling of, you know, how to do it before you execute it really well. And I guess he knows as well that Sergey didn't top it out, and because he's been out for 4 minutes there, Sergey, these guys in the ISO, they know, they feel the time, they know how it goes. So he knows, but the second part is not easy either.
He's taking some time to rest now. Daria's on in the meantime.
Let's see how she goes. Again, right hand to the sloper. Will she match the hold? Yeah.
She's matching the sloper. She will go again to the undercut.
And now is she
And
able
now
to
he's
jump
going
up?
to go again.
Ah,
Unfortunately.
not yet. Maybe if she switches the heel into a toe maneuver, maybe that would be easier for her to control it.
Sometimes those little things, I mean, whether you're going to place your foot even a few centimeters to the left or right, it can make you fall.
Okay, you can see Roland being a little bit frustrated right now because
Roland,
he was really close to holding up to that swing.
I think he already lost like four attempts.
Well, we know very well as well that you cannot focus on what you did on the problem before. You can only focus on this problem right now, and when you're moving on to the next one, forget about the thing before.
That's how you should clear your head and focus on what you...
And not think if you're
Almost there.
On what's gonna be happening next. Not think if the next ones are doable or not, because if you're focusing on this, you lose this moment to focus on what's happening at this point, and if you're being able to do the move or not. Daria's back at the bonus.
Dashka's back at the bonus now.
Okay, and she's got it. This is really good. She's got the bonus. She's got the foot, and yet this is the correct beta. Get in this knee bar thing. Now she has to work the left foot. The Roland in the meantime
Roland,
took his draw
still no
strike.
bonus for him.
No bonus. The time is out. He's not gonna do it. Not at this time. Daria manages to hold on to the crimp, and she's still on the wall. The time went out. She's on to the second to the last hold. Now she has to switch her head. Come on. Oh, she's getting close. You can hear the public going wild for this girl.
She's got to match it. She's got it. Unbelievable.
Really
She
cool.
managed to stick it.
Really cool. You could see she was struggling on the bottom. She was having a really hard time, and finally she does it. I'm really curious to know which attempt was that. It was number 3 or number 4. I think it might have been number 4, maybe even more. I'm quite sure, but Kasia made it a little bit faster. So 2 tops for women.
Kasia is definitely in the lead. She took the second problem in the third go, so I think she's still ahead of Daria. But Daria is definitely in the second place now.
And we've got Kipras Baltrunas on the right side, and on the left side Karina Mirosław. Kipras is the only guy on the first problem that didn't make the bonus on the first attempt. He well, maybe he did. We'll have to see with the judges what was the scoring, but we'll see what's going to be happening on this one. And he's one of these guys that is coming to this competition often as well. He took place number 3 in 2014, and he took 4th place in last year in Bloco Masters 2015. Let's see which one's going to be this time. He's in the final again with us. And on the left side, in the meantime, starting up is Karina Mirosław. Kipras is taking the left hand on the sloper. If he's gonna able to,
He sticks the sloper. He has the position.
goddamn controlled position on this one.
But that must have costed him a lot of energy, because the sloper seems to be very bad.
And you have to compress with the feet the right volume in order to not to let your body move out to the left side and have this like door thing happening onto your body. Okay, 1 minute passed. Karina is gonna be
They
taking
both back on the ground.
Karina was doing this competition in 2014. She took 9th place in Bloco Open. Let's see how she does now. She's already in the final, so she's in the best 6. Kipras is taking another turn on his problem number 2. Putting up the foot. Let's see if he's gonna try to follow this beta that he had before. Match in the hand and just going up slightly more controlled. And
So
he knows what
he
to
knows
do.
what to do. He managed to put that foot, try to put that foot on the volume. No luck though.
In the meantime, a bit harder for Karina. She tried to switch the beta, or tried to go left hand onto the first slopey rail, and didn't really succeed with it. Let's see how it goes on the next attempt. And it's already 2 minutes past this. The time goes fast. You see, the guys, they have to focus. They have to take their turns, take a moment to rest in between the attempts. Let's look at Karina again on the left side, doing problem number 2, trying to go for it. She's up on the volume. She's sitting really very, very high on that heel.
She put all her weight on that heel. She just needs to.
She's definitely trying to go with the left hand, while the other girls, they were going with the right hand.
They went dynamically with the right hand, and maybe I think that's the right
now
way.
Kipras, almost
there.
She's got a couple of attempts to go.
In the recent years, I always watch the World Cup competitions, and you can see the tendency, a lot of route setting evolved into a lot of dynamic moves, coordination moves. Obviously, you have a lot of experience. Are you like setting those kind of problems yourself?
I'm not good at it. I'm not good at it. Well, I like them. I think it's you have to really be careful not to stick too much to setting only them. But it's really good when you have problems, in my opinion, like this in the round, because it gives some. It's a new thing. It's a fun thing. It's really cool to see as well.
Kipras got it.
And it's really cool to see. And one of the guys from the team, Olo Romanowski, he's a really specialist in this type of moves. And now we see that Kipras made
he put his weight on it.
He's really getting close there. You just have to lean a little bit more and just flip your left foot, flag that foot, and go with your head below of your hand.
You're supposed to go almost.
No, you have to go left hand cross. If you try to go again right hand, it's really hard to be accurate with this hold. But he knows, but he's out of time. He has to go really fast now. And Karina is off.
And they are both off. Kipras is still on.
Kipras is still
he
on.
can still finish his go.
No.
That's it for him.
It was too fast. It was just too
but
fast.
Well done for that bonus. Well done for that bonus. That's always something. It's better than nothing.
Now that's quite good in reality. I mean, like, this gives him one more bonus, you know, and even though it was a couple of attempts,
he's got two bonuses in 5 goes.
Exactly, it put him ahead of Roland, which was ahead of him just before this boulder did start. And whoa, now is something interesting gonna happen, because we have Dimitri, who's currently leading after problem number 1 and was the first one to top the problem number 1.
Let's say for people who maybe joined us just right now, Dimitri managed to top out problem number 1. He's in the lead. He managed to do it in the second go. Let's see if he can top out the second one.
Gosia already started in the meantime, and she's going up to the volume. She catches the volume. Dima catches the second hold. Matches it. Well, let's see how controlled he can go on this move. Yeah, well,
he's got it the first go.
You know, this guy knows these moves. He's really good at them. He's the only one to flash it so far. Is he gonna try to cross like this? We know he's got fingers of steel. We know he's got the power, but maybe
he's thinking what to do. He decided. He tried the left hand.
Now he goes right hand.
He ended up going with the right. I think he's gonna go with the left again.
Well, he understands this very well, but this thing goes down to amount of tries right now, and whether he picks on this beta, on the other one, it might cost him an attempt.
Oh my God! What we just did!
No, that's
unbelievable, guys.
this is
Unbelievable.
Crazy.
First go on the second problem for Dimitri.
And really hard.
He's
I mean, like,
clearly the leader now.
guys, I have to tell you, like, this undercling is really high up and it's not in a good position, and it like makes you feel definitely not like pulling up. But what he did is he flipped the hand around immediately and pushed up from the volume, made it a bit more coordinated as well. But he made it look not so hard, did he? Huh? It's a really good climber there. In the meantime, Gosia Rudzińska on
Second
number
go.
2. Second go, really cool, going down to the volume. Really good, and trying to toe hook that. She's going the beta that Daria did. Probably the beta for smaller girls because it seemed like it suits them much more. She was trying to toe hook that left first volume in order to go with the left hand to the left pinchy big slopey thing. And Daria, when she managed to go through this part, she did go all the way to the top. Let's see if Gosia manages the same thing.
She did the bonus in the first go. I'm pretty sure.
No, she didn't.
She did second.
She did second go, I think.
Go.
And well, she's been regularly competing on this competition, and she took third place on it. She took the podium in 2014, so that's a good prognostic for her to to watch this competitor and see that she might be in reality one of these girls going on to the podium. She sticks the sloper right hand, left hand, and now tries to go right hand to the volume again. Let's see how this move goes now. Come on. Not really compressing that thing strong enough to be able to go with the left hand.
1 minute to go.
Gosia she's competing into a lot of Polish competition, all the national competitions and many local competitions that are happening around the country, but she managed to take second place in the Polish championships in 2011, and the third place in it was the third place in championships in 2013, but it was the second place in one of the Polish cups in 2011. So she made it to the podiums of the national competition.
She had the break last year. She had the injury, and I think she's still recovering. You can see a lot of tapes on her right hand. She's back competing now, although that's the reason behind her absence last year in the Bloco Masters.
Well, as much as I've been talking to her before this competition, before the qualies started, she said she pulled something in one of the muscles like a week ago, so she's not really in a good shape and should not be really pulling that hard. But it seems like, well, she's in the final, she could be pulling it hard. And let's see, this is the beta
there she goes.
Kasia went for, and unfortunately, like, the switch of the beta didn't do good for Gosia this time. So a bonus to her, huh? It was on the it was on the third attempt or second attempt, something like that, I guess. So
Gosia's score is 2 bonuses in the 6 goes, as far as I'm counting, right?
And it's, yeah, I think so.
No tops.
Tops so far. And it's the second last competitors out, Alexei Rubtsov and Monika Młodecka on the left side. Alexei takes his time again to look at the holds. Well, it is a bit of a tactic as well for these competitors, because they know that any sign of chalk gives them a clue of what to do on the boulders. So I'm quite sure that he knows that Dima did the boulder, he flashed it, and it can be done. And he does the first move flash. He does it really nice. If you did watch, he stopped with the right foot, not with the left one. He's now again like switching on these betas, trying different beta. He goes with the shoulder
gonna go
move.
again.
Ah, that's really cool to see. That's really cool to see.
Unbelievable. He's gonna do it.
And
unbelievable.
A flash for Alexei Rubtsov on problem number 2. So both him, Dimitri Sarafudinov.
He's literally just a brief away from Dimitri. He's missing that one go from the first problem. He's just right behind Dimitri now.
But what's really cool to see that these guys, both of them did the problem, different betas, and both of them flashed it. So it was cool to see that you can have different methods on the boulders, and at the same time, it's quite interesting for the public, I believe, because the public always poses the question on, what's the method? How the hell do you do it, guys? And when you see the different methods, you're like, okay, so
It's always better when there are few methods are possible, because it's more difficult for competitors as well. It's always a risk to take one beta and risk that it might not be the right one.
It's very important that for all competitors, it's always like whether if I'm taking the good beta or wrong, and it's the same thing for Monika right now. She's probably wondering if she should go like this or go with the left hand up first. But
She's
yeah,
got the
she's
bonus.
got the bonus.
She got the bonus in the second go.
So now trying just to pull up. Ah, very close. Very
I think
close
she
to
needs
pulling
to
up.
go again with the left hand to the second sloper before going higher.
I'm quite sure she knows it. Well, I'm quite sure she had this idea. Now let's see if she tries to execute it on this next go, because it's always hard to switch the beta as well. No? You're on the move, you're up there, and you're like,
it's always a risk.
You're comfortable on your foot, and you're thinking, okay, should I go left hand now or right hand now? Should I lose this one attempt in case I pick the wrong beta, or maybe try it again but just harder, you know, like pull a little bit more.
But that's also something that distinguishes more experienced climbers from maybe the ones that only just started competing, that the ability to change the beta during the 4 minutes it's sometimes crucial, because if something is not working, you need to have an open head and think of other ideas, because you might end up falling 4 times exactly the same, and it may have just been the wrong beta.
Now Monika slipped off the heel, so she needs to keep that foot on the foothold, because these holds are not good enough to just hang on your hands. But at the same time, she has to put a lot of pressure on that foot to be able to transfer the body onto the right side. We've been talking a bit about the experience of the competitors. Well, it is that it's especially for these girls, they've had a lot of experience on national competition, but they don't have so much experience on big international competitions. And well, with this crowd and with how this show looks like, it goes very much close to an international competition, and you have to keep your head together, and you have to keep it together to really present to focus on what you're doing in front of a big public, not focus that so many people is watching you, they're just behind you, they're cheering up for you. And let's hope everything is well for Monika, because she's been grabbing onto her back after pushing up from these slopey holds.
And we got Andrzej.
Okay, so
now,
the last ones, huh?
Last couple before we move ahead to the problem number 3.
Okay, time is up. 4 minutes, counting down. Let's see how Andrzej does it. We've seen 2 flashes on this problem, and it's a chance for him to stay in the game, you know, for winning this competition, because he definitely needs this boulder if he wants to stay in the competition. I mean, like,
if he wants to fight for the podium, there he goes.
Okay.
He sticks the first move. He's got the bonus in the first go.
Let's see how he goes here. Ooh la 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 la. That's something we didn't see before. The crowd
I think the crowd is cheering
him.
something. I think they were.
Oh, now they went. Oh, yo. Maybe that was better when they were cheering up, because he went higher definitely than when not.
Maybe he wasn't focused 100%. He fell off. I think by accident. I think his foot may have slipped.
Yeah.
It was very unexpected.
But he definitely needs to do this one, because like, if on number 3 any of the guys that topped out number 1 and 2, that means either Alexei, either Dimitri tops out number 3 and number 4, well, he doesn't have a chance to win it anymore. So he really needs to focus and to stay in the game.
If he wants to stay in the game, he's got to top it out.
And now on the left side we see Ida. We didn't
Second
really
go.
comment on the
Ida's
first
second go.
Let's see how she does that. It's a big slopey hold.
Managed to stick the first
Now
sloper.
she has to stay on that foot.
Can she match it? She leaned on the right knee.
Not really.
Off again. We got Andrzej. We got Andrzej.
Up.
Can he? He will do. He went the
Yes,
Alexei's way with the cross.
Oh,
That was very close.
he just slips off that handhold. Okay, now he needs to focus.
I think he knows the way now. He should probably take a short rest, maybe 10-15 seconds at least.
what would be the good strategy right now on this one? I would say like he knows how to do it.
Just
run on
take
the
a
last
bit,
move,
take
a
half a
rest,
minute rest, and then give it a final go, but top it out.
and leave yourself probably a chance that if by any situation you slip off, you can stand up on the foothold again and
So
and try it
probably
out again.
he should probably lift himself off the ground. Oh, he's already trying,
He's going quite fast.
allowing himself some extra time in case he will fail again.
So this is funny because now we see that how much it goes down to tactics.
It's all about tactics.
Not just the pure power
He's got it.
part of it.
He's got the crimp again. Can he do the last move? And fell again.
Ooh la 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 la! He's getting
He
quite
will.
mad.
He should definitely rest now and give it another
think
last go, because
I think so because he should really do this problem,
after
and
3
he
attempts,
knows he can.
after
and he
3
knows
attempts
he
like
can.
this, he must be slightly pumped.
In his head, definitely.
And now the pressure kicks in as well.
Well-
He knows it's gonna be his last attempt now. He knows it.
This is fun because I mean, like you can see that definitely this guy is hanging onto these holds. It's not about the power you have it. It's not about the skill of how you move your body around with it. It's very much about the thing of how much you focus on it right now and execute the thing until the very end and what strategy you pick up. So when to go.
He's gonna wait.
He's
until
gonna wait till
got
the
five,
end,
5 seconds, and then he will give it a last go. Oh, he's already on.
He's giving himself a bit more time if he doesn't do the first move. Let's see how it goes. The pressure is big right now, I'm quite sure.
He does it so easily.
But he does it really
His first
easy.
part, he just does it so easily. Can he go? Can he do this last move? He's got
Yes.
it, and he sticks it. He sticks it.
Last attempt, huh?
What a performance for Andrzej. 4th attempt. He's still in the game then.
And that puts him
That puts
At
him in the
third
third place. He's in the third place so far. He's got 1 top in 4 attempts, 2 bonuses in 2.
And Ida finished up her time without the bonus. Unfortunately,
No bonus
she was
for Ida.
unable to hang on to that boat, hang on to that slopey thing, that big slopey volume, and transfer onto the right side. We see now like it's like an Exodus thing, this big crowd of people moving in together with our camera crew, trying to pick up with where the action is gonna be happening. And now you see the place. It's this new profile that's been built up a couple of days ago. And we're going to be seeing men on the left side now and women on the right side. So we have to give the space for the climbers right now. It's like this place is really packed. You can see people everywhere around. And well, we want to have the competitors to have their space in reality, to be able to step back, look at their problem, and if they fall down on the mattress, not on the crowd. This is fun. It's like a big festival thing.
So we got Sergi on the left, Sergi Tapyszka on the left, and Katarzyna Ekwińska on the right.
So the leader for women, Kasia.
Kasia is leading, yes.
It seems like.
Yeah, 1 top in 3 attempts. She's leading. Second, just after her, is Daria Brylova, 1 top in 5 attempts. And the rest of the girls, no tops so far.
Sergey is already, and Kasia, they're already both in front of the wall, looking at the public that's backing off a bit to give them the space to really compete and not fall down on them.
They're waiting for the signal from the judge to start. And there you go.
4 minutes.
Time starts.
This is a bit. There's a lot of volumes for men, and there's this.
We have a
running
better
start
look.
for
We
women.
have a better look for the women's start. As
This
we
is really
expected,
good.
it's a running start. You can see that she will.
Well, no, she
She
didn't.
tried to jump
She
without.
didn't try to run, no?
She tried to go straight for the holds on those 2 triangle volumes.
That's Kasia.
I'm not sure if that's the right way.
She knows she's probably one of the tallest girls in this
And
group right
Sergi is already on the wall. Maybe we can switch to that camera on the left. There you go. We have the view for both climbers.
now. Okay, so it seems like again.
So
it's a
they
move
had
like
their first goes, both of them, in the problems. Kasia just stick the bonus, second go.
just jumping up, not running even. She's tall. She knows she
So
can.
let's see what happens
she can use this,
in the upper part of the boulder. We have a triangle volume on the right.
and she's really good in coordinated thing because it's not easy to jump that up.
So
As
she's
she
got
did.
another volume. She's 1 move before the top. Can she do that move? Can she go? Can she do the last move? She managed to match the volume, and she's got it.
Really good attempt for her.
Brilliant performance from Katarzyna, topping out in the second go. So that puts her in the definite lead.
She had to take the risk on the last move though. It was not something she was totally controlled with. She had to match the hand when going off and to hold the swing, to hold a bit of momentum. And now we focus purely on Sergei going up. And this jump right now is the jump on the boulder. Before was a jump from a slopey thing. This is like a jump and swing from a really crimpy small hold that's been blocked from top, and that's kind of a painful one in reality. But it's quite positive. It goes inside, but it's just very, very small. Let's see how much time Sergei uses to rest.
She had two attempts so far. Let's see what tactics he's gonna choose. I think he seems like he's still trying to solve the beta. He's thinking what to do. That's the thing about this IFSC style problem. Sometimes they're very hard to read. You're looking at these volumes and you don't really know what to do.
It seems very often that like the ideas and the betas that seem at first glance that seem to be the obvious ones and the ones that you would like to perform, very often not the ones which work.
We have a very
he's trying something
tiny
absolutely
undercut.
different. He's trying to jump just up,
so you
with
can
the
see that
same time controlling the left hand on the.
Needs a lot of coordination, that move. You need to go put your weight on your left foot and then go with the right hand and ultimately shooting for the left undercut.
But
that's what it seems to be.
That's a goddamn long one though.
It seems like you have to do three things at once.
But at the same time, Sergei is the tallest guy of them in this round, so he might be as well a little bit like Kasia, focusing on the fact that okay, maybe I can just jump through a bit of things and this way make it a bit easier. Less than a minute to go, and attempt number 4 for Sergei Topiško on boulder
so he's
number
trying
3.
the other way now. He went. So that was his fourth attempt already. No bonus so far.
No bonus so far in this one. No bonus on problem number 2. Only bonus on problem number 1. So this is the part of the game that we've been saying that you cannot really, you have to clear your head. You cannot think of what you did on the problem before or expect anything out of the next one that's going to be happening. You just have to focus on here and now to do the best possible, because otherwise you might lose this motivation part. Okay.
He just fell again, but the time's up. So that's it for Sergei. No bonus, no top on the boulder number 3.
At the same time, you have to remember that Sergei is the only one out of these competitors in this final round that did compete today. The rest of them, they did compete yesterday, so they had the night to sleep it off. They had the time to rest today, to get their skin a little bit better, because they had a lot of climbing done yesterday. And Sergei is the only one that did he finished climbing 50 boulders like 3 hours ago or 4 hours ago, and now he's back on the wall.
It's also the tactic as well, because you are right, he's the only one that competed today instead of yesterday. However, he was here yesterday throughout the whole day watching other climbers.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
So
that's a good tactic. You're completely right. He went and he knew exactly how to do
it. It's a different advantage because he knew exactly what he had to do in those problems. So he may have a bit less time to rest, but he also may have put less effort today.
I remember yesterday, like really.
Look at Roland. He just did it so easily. Something that
he was just crimping onto that hole like if it was a jug. This is
so
impressive.
Something that Sergei was struggling. He just did it with
ease.
Very ease. He's matching the last volume. Whether he can reach the last hold, we'll see in a second. So bonus in the first go for Roland.
He's getting
very close now.
Very close now. Will he be able to top it out? He's fighting for it like
that was so close. Unbelievable. Dashka just managed to stick the bonus. I'm not sure if that was the first go for Dashka.
It was the second go.
Second go for Dashka.
She had to give one go on that jump like Kasia did, and now she's up on just the volume before the top. Let's see if she's able to match it and jump up. She's looking,
and she's got the
that's
top.
what you were talking just the last time.
She's very dynamic
climber. and she tops it. That's her first top in this competition.
That's
And
her.
she does
No,
it-
she managed to top out number 2 as well.
Ah, yeah. So that leaves her in reality in the
That
very,
puts her
very-
in the second position.
Yeah.
She managed to stick the second position just after Katarzyna.
So what's the difference between her and Kasia? Kasia is the difference of bonuses.
Kasia's got 2 tops in 4, and she's got 2 tops in 7.
So okay, so this is interesting because
3 goes.
So it's gonna come down to the last boulder for these 2 girls to fight against each other, and if none of the next girls will be able to do this problem, they're gonna be the only ones to be the favorite.
I mean,
for winning.
everything is still in play. We have. Oh no, that's the third problem. So that's true. That it's gonna be down to both of them.
It's gonna be down to both of them because no one else has
Yeah.
done problem number any other problem.
And we can say that, but the thing about them is that they don't know it as well. So that's
most likely, yeah.
We can keep counting throughout the problems, but the competitors, they're not aware of
We
all
can
those.
we can have our little statistic.
Because they're not allowed to watch other climbs, so they don't know how many attempts it took them to either top out or reach the bonus.
Okay, Roland goes again for number 3, his second attempt, and
He allowed himself to I think even a whole minute or minute and a half to rest. That
Yeah.
must have cost him a lot of energy. It's quite a long problem.
I think
but
it
it's-
did cost him a lot of skin
I
as
think
well.
this part, that's where the difficulty starts, because the beginning it seems easy for him. It
But
seems
now
like
he knows how to
he
do
knows
it.
exactly how to do it now. That looked so easy.
And this, in reality, maybe just leaves him in the game.
That's first stop in 2 attempts for him, and he's got 2 bonuses in 3 attempts.
So we're gonna be having the next couple coming out. A
We'll
bit
see.
faster.
He just put himself in front of Andrzej now. Andrzej was 3rd so far, but Andrzej obviously he's gonna have a go on that problem. So
You think he's able to do it as fast as Roland did?
we will see in a second. I think with Andrzej you never know.
That's
Sometimes
true.
he may just flash something that no one else can do, and sometimes he might just struggle with
With something that's
he should be able to
to
do.
do quite fast, huh? Yeah, I know. We all
So we
know
will
that.
see Kipras now, what he's gonna show us.
Some strong finger power, or some good technical and
With-
coordinative
I think, my
skills.
opinion, Kipras is an all-rounder. I mean, I wouldn't say that he's particularly super strong in the small holds or particularly super strong in slopers. He's good in everything.
Well, that leaves an open space for him on this problem because you can either just crimp the hell out of that small pinchy crimp for the right hand, either you can try
You got
jumping.
Karina trying to run the first move
Yeah.
with no luck.
That's the first attempt. Neither Kasia nor Daria did the first move on the first go, so let's see how Karina does on the second go. In the meantime,
Kipras,
Kipras crimping, and let's see. He seems to be aiming for jumping.
he's gonna jump.
Ooh, but
That's
he
gonna
misses
be
a
hard, so
lot of
he-
space, lot of space to be able to really hold on to that undercling and transfer your body. And now Karina, second attempt on the run and start. Is she gonna be able to do it? Well, she's close.
Almost there. Second go.
She's really close. She's definitely beginning to feel how the body should go. I think she can go quite fast as well because this is something where it's really just about feeding the position, and then when she'll be able to reach the holds, maybe we'll see slowly if she can hang on them, if it's easy for her or not. So
So
there
they're
we go.
getting prepared for Karina's third go now.
What? not a bit faster,
I
Karina.
don't
Come on, a
think
bit
she-
faster. She didn't feel like she didn't feel committed to the
She
move.
didn't
huh?
went for it.
She didn't go
She
for it.
didn't go for it,
She
exactly.
didn't go for it at all.
Kipras,
Oi, that's a.
it seems
That's
like
a
this
different
crimp is
idea.
giving him difficulties. This first crimp that he's going across to.
And Karina again.
Karina again,
No.
something is wrong.
I think she's trying to cross the feet when running. You know, she's not just trying to match go and then jump. She's trying to cross the feet when running, and that's hard because it keeps your body off the wall. You have to leave the space, you know, for your knee and your hip to go against the wall. Well, it's not the. It doesn't seem like this is the easiest way, at least. So let's see what happens now. 1, 2, and well, she was definitely.
She
far
managed
away,
to touch
but
the
she was
hold,
too
but
far
not
as
in a
well.
position that she could actually hold it. We got Kipras again in that position. Oh my God! If he's
Ooh la
gonna
la.
hold it like
If
this,
he's gonna hold
that
this
that
position.
definitely wasn't the Ritz's idea, I think.
Well,
But you know, he's allowed to do anything he wants.
we could see Dimitri doing the problem number 2 with a totally different idea than we've had as setters, and he made it. So maybe why not for Kipras on this one? And they've got only 1 more minute.
A lot of people supporting here, trying to brush their holds. This sort of difficulty requires that. Those slopers sometimes, the cleaner they are, the
better you
easier
can
they are
hold them
to stick.
And we have to give credit as well to all these people like supporting like the volunteers, all the groups. Like there's a big
Definitely.
community here behind this competition, and I mean like there's
Obviously, this
really a lot of people behind it and giving a lot of their time and giving a lot of their energy to.
it's a great comp to come and take part, but obviously without a huge bunch of people that are basically hardly slept for the last
for the
three
last
nights.
week, yeah.
It wouldn't happen. It wouldn't. We wouldn't have this comp. So yeah, it's huge.
What's really good to
Congrats for
see
them.
is that they give a lot, but it kicks back. This energy. When you're down here, when you're watching what's happening on these finals, and when you've watched what was happening yesterday on the qualification round, it was really something so unique and so cool to see and to be a part of it that it's worth it. Unfortunately, no bonuses, neither for Kipras nor for
So
Karina.
their score remains the same. Kipra's score is no tops so far on any of the 3 problems. He only managed to stick 2 bonuses in 5 goes.
If you look closely, guys, right now is you see the people brushing, of course, the holes. You see the problem, but it's not the lack of focus that we're having here in our cameras. It's the dust from the chalk and this atmosphere happening up. It's like it is really hot in here, and it's really it gives a special atmosphere. It gives a special climate to what's happening when you're in that crowd and watching.
And I'm not sure whether that was Ruzette's idea, but you can see this boar running, and this boulder is like a running start, and I think it was intentional, wasn't it?
It was. We knew that we would.
So I think this is a hint for competitors. They're supposed to look at the boar. And
Well,
just
he's
run.
running. He's running on the volumes. Come on. Okay.
Unbelievable, because Dimitri is he went for that hold with the left hand. Look at this.
But I think he begins to understand that this is not the way. He's
You
trying
think-
to come back and
So-
not lose the attempt.
So
Well,
he's
he's like in a
he went
super
across.
strange position. I mean,
He-
like
tried to do something extraordinary here.
in the meantime, Gosia jumping in the
He's-
background, trying to do something. But
He's thinking, and he just
but this
he
is
tries to go. Oh,
But this is the experience of a World Cup format climber. Like he knew that he was in the wrong position, but he was still hanging on and trying to flip it, to change hands, because he knew that every attempt counts. He can fight until the very very last moment, even though he's absolutely wrong hands. So that's the experience.
he's in a good position. He know. I'm not sure if he knows that he leads.
I'm not
He
sure.
may
either.
not know,
He
because
might not know.
he must have heard the crowd cheering for Lexi when he was topping out.
Yeah, and he was
Uh,
doing it fast.
Yes, so he may not be aware that he's actually in the lead.
Gosia is jumping, still trying to run.
Gosia has already made like 4 or 5 attempts trying to
Okay.
stick that first move.
Now,
And
well, you can see the finger power of Dima.
Dimitri's got the first bonus in the second go.
Will he be able to do it second go? He's there.
Seems like it seems like his heel might pop off.
Yeah, well, it's not in a
Seems
very comfortable place.
His
that
his heel's gonna pop off.
He
You
was
could
not
see
there.
that. I think the heel is key.
It is
It needs to end up in the very
to the very
right
last
to the very
moment,
right side of that volume.
Of course, it's crucial.
Otherwise, it's gonna slip, and you might not stick the Bloco volume, the orange one.
Gosha is jumping, but she's trying to jump a little bit too much upwards. You need to run these volumes
She's
before
trying
you
to
start
get a
jumping
swing.
it up.
She's trying to create the swing, and that was very close. I think she knows the way now. Before she does this first move, he needs to get her body into a swinging position. See what she's doing. She's trying to get her into body in swinging position. Now she goes for it, and almost there.
And look at the tactics of Dima. He took 2 attempts. He got quite high up.
And he's just
he knows what's
now.
happening. He's resting. That's really impressive.
And she managed to stick it.
Oh yeah, very good for Gosha.
I'm not sure which
Really,
attempt that
really
was.
cool.
That must have been like 6th or 7th
6
attempt
or 7
even.
attempts at least, but really good because it gives her a fair chance. And now we've got the both of them up on the wall. Let's see how
I think
that heel
Dima's
now.
gonna put that heel now more accurately.
No, I'm not sure if he did. He's still.
If that left heel is gonna fall,
Gosha is struggling on the right side in the meantime.
he managed to stick it. I think he's gonna do it now. I think he managed to stick that heel.
No, come on, buddy.
And he. There it goes. Second go for Dima.
Ooh la la. Third one. Third go.
Was a third go?
That was the third go. He popped the first one. You remember he went the wrong beta?
Oh, true. Yes, true.
And then he popped the fifth. I thought he was happy. He knew there was a
So
struggle.
that was second go for the bonus,
that's a
third
good
go
attempt.
for the top.
One last try from Gosha. Almost. Okay, is he up? Yeah, she's up on
she's
the
gonna
wall. She's
try
up on the
another
wall. That's
time.
okay. Come on. That's okay. The people are up for her. You know, she made the bonus. We've seen that the girls who made the bonus on this problem, they made it all the way to the top. So maybe it's gonna go like this for Gosha. Now she's taking the position. You know, like she can rest. She can stand here like forever right now. Like maybe she will. We're not gonna be able to finish the competition, but now she's off. Almost close. Really good attempts for both of them.
Yes, and Dimitri leading with 3 tops in 6 attempts, 3 bonuses in 4 attempts, and his advantage over other climbers is just increasing.
This means in reality that Roland is not.
I mean, theoretically, Andrzej can still.
Andrzej can still
win it.
Yeah, but Roland not anymore.
Yes. Roland might fight for the podium, but the closer we get to the last problem, we can do our calculations. We can actually focus on the ones that's gonna take the title.
And we've got Alexei and Monika. Alexei
is definitely in the game.
And now this little thing that was happening on the problem number 1 between Alexei and Dima, that Dima was doing the problem in his first attempt and Alexei was doing it in the second or third one. Now this can change because Dima took 3 tries on this one. And let's see.
Alexei can take
the lead right
yes.
now. You can see that these guys, they're goddamn strong in their fingers. They were holding on to the crimp. Let's see how he moves his feet. And Monika in the meantime, you could see her almost catching
He's
the
not
advantage
putting a heel, and
la,
that
la,
costed him at the attempt.
That's a hard idea.
He didn't. I don't know why he didn't put that heel. I mean, he knew he's gonna have a swing.
And that big hat that you can see, it's not a thing that you can hold on to easy.
He's got the bonus in the first go, though.
Now, I'm quite sure that my friends down there on the stage, they're not doing the statistics as we do, but in their place I would slowly start getting worried, because if by any chance Alexei gets the tight score as Dima, they had the tight score in the quali round.
And now, Adam, how does that make you feel being one of the route setters?
No, I'm here commenting, so I don't.
So your role is done when it comes to route setting.
No, I mean like. What would be my opinion is that I would probably start going around. I would wait definitely from problem number 4, because
guys,
come on, you never know what's happening, you know, until it's over.
The equal results at the end of the competition. That's something that route setters hate. I mean, because that puts the pressure on them to do something, to create a super final.
It's just terrible, you know. You don't want it. You definitely just don't want it.
You don't want the equal results at the end.
Okay, Monica almost catching that, and
Alexis,
Yeah,
he managed to put the heel.
well, he's gonna skip that goddamn
He
big
just
hold
skipped
even.
the big volume. And he's going for it. And he's gonna top out second go.
Now you tell me what's the score right now, because I'm quite
I'm
sure.
gonna tell you exactly what the score right now. And that puts Alexei Rutsov with 3 tops in 6 attempts and 3 bonuses in 3 attempts. And he is taking the lead just ahead of Dimitri. 1 attempt to the bonus. They both had 3 problems topped out in 6 attempts.
It's this attempt for Dima on that costed him the lead right now. It's this what we said, that like he's gonna try to switch his hands, you know, and do something just to not lose this try, because it's even the try to the bonus that could have come.
And that's what makes this comp even more interesting now, because we're gonna enter into the 4th problem knowing that it's so close. I mean, everything can happen.
Everything can happen on problem number 4.
And the most, if Andrzej is gonna top out this 3rd problem in the first go, he might still
take the lead.
He will be He will be third. He will be third after the 3rd problem, because he's missing 1 problem.
Ah, yeah, he did so many attempts on
But
problem number.
if Dima or Alexei won't top out the 4th and Andrzej will flash the 4th, he can still win the competition. So we are now getting into the category of assumptions.
Hey, but let's focus on Monica. I mean, like, I'm sorry we spoke a lot.
Yes,
we were super focused on
Monica is so close to do that first move.
She's been touching these holds so many times.
She knows what to do. She just gotta stick those holds, and that was very close.
No bonus for
no
her.
bonus for Monica, no top for Monica. So her score remains the same, and her score is only 1 bonus in 2 goes.
Okay. So, getting close. Only 2 more competitors on problem number 3, and we're gonna be seeing the local Andrzej Mecharzyński-Wiktor and Ida Kupś, the young girl from Krakow. Let's see how they manage. We know that both of these problems can be done. Let's see if they do it fast. They're already out. Now they have to stand.
Andrzej's there
with the back against the wall and not look at the...
You can hear the crowd cheering out for Andrzej.
Yeah, he went on to the wrong side, but it's okay. Let's see the clock, and it goes 4 minutes. And let's see what happens now, because this first attempt can be really super important.
First go for Ida, no bonus. See what Andrzej is gonna do. He went across, so I think he chose the right beta. He's got the undercut, he's got the bonus in the first go. Let's see if he can stick the next move. He's got the next move. He's got the heel. It seems that he's controlling the position.
He's
matching the volume.
He's good.
He's got the little hold. He's flashing number 3. Well done for Andrzej.
And Ida's
got the bonus in the second go.
She did the jump in the second go.
Well done for Andrzej. That puts him in the game ahead of the 4th problem.
Now Ida's matching
the last volume.
This is super interesting because it
and
can change
she
a lot.
She's
it. Up there, she managed to top number 3 in the second go.
And
really good for her.
1 top in second go and 2 bonuses in 6 attempts.
That should give her a good motivation kick for the last one, and I'm quite sure that for Andrzej this is
that puts Ida in the podium position after the 3rd problem. We got Katarzyna Kwińska leading with 2 tops in 4 attempts, 3 bonuses in 4, and then Daria Brylova 2 tops in 7, 2 bonuses in 4.
And Ida with
and
1
Ida
top?
1 top in 2 attempts, 2 bonuses in 6 attempts.
Well, but this can change still. This means that like third place still can change.
I mean, again, we have the same situation as in the men's. If Katarzyna or Daria won't top out problem number 4 and Ida
does it,
flashes problem number 4,
she can still win it.
She wins the competition.
Oh, that's good.
So we entering into the 4th problem with the whole podium area to be changed.
Yeah, it's all open. It's really good.
The root setting was good.
Well, hey, hold on. We've still got number 4. You know, like, hey, that's really. I'm always, until it finishes.
You really
never know what can happen. But at least for the girls, we will know really a lot depending on how Kasia does it, because she's in the lead, and if she does well if she doesn't do really good on this might mean that this is really, really hard, and it might be hard for the rest. At the same time, of course, she can just make mistakes, and the rest might not make them.
So let's look at problem number 4 for the girls. It's touching the roof slightly. It's on the arete, the roof,
and on the arete,
and the right roof. Yes.
It's got a big jump.
Tell me something about the problem. Yes.
It's a big jump, a big double jump to reach a big jug in the roof. From there on, you have to just pull through to the lip, and that's where the second hard part starts, because you have to kind of knee bar jam the big slopey rail that you see just on the lip of the roof, cross or go into a sloper, match it, and keep the tension on the heel, not to swing around to the right side, to be able to reach out left to the second last hold, and from there on it should be kind of easy to go to the top. But it's a long thing as well.
In your opinion, is it the hardest problem of this competition so far?
For the girls, yeah? I'm not sure. I would probably say more that problem for problem number 1. But she made the jump really nice and casual. That's really good. So we can see Kasia. We're focusing on Kasia here now on problem number 4. She did the jump, so that's one part of the crux.
She's got the bonus in the first
go. That's the bonus in the first go. Sergey still didn't start. Now we see the both of them. Kasia is really high up. She's doing really good on this. She crossing in. And how does this go? It's this move, which is kind of hard as well still. Yeah, exactly. It's not super easy to reach that volume.
But she managed to stick the bonus in the first go, so that's always...
But we have to remember as well, this problem is long. It's a really long problem, because this formation, this roof, it makes a whole climb just much longer than any other. And you cannot punch in too many attempts on it.
Take a quick look at the top holds for both problems. They actually...
They're mind-blowing.
They're mind-blowing. They have lights inside. So I think we're gonna have a little surprise when someone reaches the tops.
It's the electro format.
Electro tops.
The guys should be playing Kraftwerk right now. I would strongly suggest, but I'm not sure if Sergey even did manage to start this.
I think he didn't
even succeed on getting into the position.
The starting position.
It's progressive. That's good.
We'll see whether he will improve on that.
Well, I definitely do hope he improves, because otherwise we're in trouble.
No, I mean, when you look at the scores right now, there's no equal scores. So far.
Yeah, but you wanna, like we said, number 4, we want things to be happening. We want the magic, of the last boulder,
to be topped out and to actually determine the winner.
Exactly.
That's the ultimate setup.
And that's the hard part for setters, because if at this point, for example, Sergey would be flashing this easily, you could easily suggest that, okay, well, it's done, everybody's gonna flash it.
Yeah.
Or at least the strongest guys are gonna flash it, and you just lost this all, emotions.
And the jump
Kasia's
again.
back on the thing.
That's the Kasia's third go.
Yeah, you have to go hand first, huh? She almost, you can see she's getting tired. You can see the arms going a little bit straight when she kicks for the next hold.
She's past the bonus now again.
Okay, now she has to recover a tiny bit.
She's getting into
Get this thing done.
The hard position.
Switch the feet, go up heel. Oh, now she's tired.
She seems like she's very tired now.
She's very, very, very tired. Well, it might have not been the best tactics to wait to try again without waiting a long time. It seems like Sergey just left the problem number 4. I know why.
He's not climbing. I didn't realize that, but it seems like.
This is the game.
He's either injured himself. I think he may have injured. He's sitting on the mattress. I can see him sitting on the mattress, talking to one of the judges. I think he may have pulled
something.
Something in
or
his hand.
It's the skin, because what I was thinking is like these volumes are super sharp, and I like they're not super sharp, but the friction on them is really big. And well, as we said, this is the only guy that's been competing today for 5 hours, and he might not have enough skin. Now, Kasia, once again, in the roof, now reaching over, and
So
well,
that's
let's you know,
that's
like,
Kasia's
let's hope she
fourth
does
attempt.
it. It's the last attempt. Come on,
She
girl.
managed to stick
Come on,
it. She
girl.
managed to stick
Ah,
it. That was
that's
so close.
Close, huh? It's
So that's it. That's
close.
it. We gotta thank Katarzyna for taking part in the final.
She's done a really good good burn on this one. Hey, this opens up, huh?
She,
You know, if Ida does it, flashes it.
that's true. Actually, that opens the door for Ida
That's opened the door for
to
Ida.
take the lead. We have Dashka who might still win the competition. If
She's
he
very
tops it.
dynamic,
If
huh?
Dashka tops that boulder, she wins the competition.
Exactly. She's very dynamic. That's what he said. She's quite strong. The holds are, I would say, rather positive. You know, if at worst they're big but slopey. But
The first,
they're
be
not
honest,
super small
the
pretty.
first dynamic move, the first dyno, I think she will have no problems. It's whether she can do the second part.
yeah, I'm a bit curious about it as well because that move over the lip where Kasia was falling, it's a long move.
Let's see if I was right. Roland is also preparing himself. She sticks the move
She sticks
easily.
the dyno easy first go, and Roland is up on the wall.
Roland
He's
already.
trying some crazy strange thing down there. I know
Roland's-
it's complicated. It's my boulder. I know how it should go, but it's.
Dashka's got the bonus first go
Dashka's
now.
up there. This is interesting. This is like, guys, if you're watching, you know, this is for winning this competition. If she does it to the top, she wins it.
And she doesn't have to do
It
that
fast.
problem fast. She just has to top it out within the next 3 minutes and 10 seconds.
Okay, she has to focus now. She
got-
knows she made some mistake. She just has to focus on it now. Okay, Roland, well, don't let your feet go, buddy. It's not the way on this one. And he's getting close somewhere to that
Okay,
bonus.
Roland is almost at the bonus now. Can he stick the bonus?
No, the bonus is the one to the right of it.
He went for the other hold.
Can I tell them what's the beta?
You can try, but I'm pretty much sure he won't hear you. But
Well, let's leave it open. This was not the beta, just to be clear. This was not the beta.
so there's an easier way, you say?
There is an easier way. There is a, you know,
That's the
when one door is closed, other are open, you know.
4 minutes. That's what we were talking about before. 4 minutes. That's not much, you know.
That's not
And
much.
and especially when you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 volumes.
Exactly. That's
And they pretty much all close to each other. You gotta think of the direction, which one to go for first.
That's what I was saying. That this, we'll get back to it in a second because we
Let's
want to see what
let's
that
look
guy's
at
doing.
Dashka.
Okay, come on. Yeah,
She
well,
managed-
it's
That
a
was
nasty fall if you
nasty
fall like
fall.
that.
But everything's okay, luckily.
Yeah. And
That was
Roland
her.
is
That
up
was
big as
her
well.
second. That was her third go, I guess. Yes, that was her.
That was her second go, I believe. Not again.
Almost.
Roland is up there, and now he's been here. He made it. He made it in a very hard way. Yep. Okay.
He sticks it with the heel. Very nice.
And now go. Right
He's
hand.
got the bonus.
Oh, well, no, he's not got the bonus, and Dashka is up.
And
Let's
Dashka's
focus on
up.
Dashka.
Our opinion would be that there was no bonus for Roland, although it's all up to the judge.
Well, as much as I know the judge, he's quite strict with his decisions because he's the organizer of this competition and he will not give him the bonus.
Dashka,
Dashka is up. Okay, this is important now because, guys, this is like, if she grabs it, if she pulls it, I think her foot slipped.
and those tops, the glowing tops are tempting. They're climbing and they can see them shine.
You have like, you have this big, what's the name? Truskawka.
You're saying strawberry.
The strawberry, you
the
know,
glowing,
like straight,
the
like
glowing
boom.
strawberries on the top.
It's like, or like an exit mark, you know, like this way out. This is
this
the
is
only
way out,
way
this is the only
out.
way out.
You know, there is no other way. You have to grab it.
She knows what to do. She needs to stick that sloper somehow and put her body on that right heel.
Okay, Roland is up. He found out how to do the start well,
So
and he goes left hand first. In the end,
she managed
Now,
to
right.
stick it. She will she did the toe hook,
Yeah,
and that's
very
the bonus,
nice.
and that's the bonus. I think it's the fourth go. I'm not 100%
I'm quite
sure.
sure as well. It's the fourth go. Now
Fourth
let's
go.
see if Roland. Oh no, buddy, come on. Oh, no, oh, yo.
That was
that was
we
the
wish him all
resetter's
the
voice,
best, but we got Adam here who is actually setting this problem. So this is not the way it's supposed to be climbed.
Okay, and now Dashka.
Dashka's got it.
Her last attempt, her last climb of this competition, and come on. Oh, no,
I think
just
she's out
tired.
of she's out of steam.
She's out of
She's
steam.
out of steam. That problem is too long, and unfortunately for her, she's not winning this competition. She actually ends it with 2 tops in 7 attempts, 3 bonuses in 5. That puts her in the second place so far, just after Katarzyna.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting because Ida is the last one coming out together with Andrzej. If by any
Yes.
chance none of the guys finishes at number 4,
We might end up in the perfect setup.
and this might cause some revolution in here, because I believe that if these like couple of hundred people get really excited with this man topping out with number 1,
With the
oh, I mean, like, ooh, come on, it's Christmas
it's,
Eve,
it's,
eh?
it's
like
almost,
Santa
it's
Claus
almost
coming
came,
to Poland.
it came 1 year early, in January.
This would be interesting.
Let's see what
Karina
Karina
does,
Miroslav is
and
going to
Kipras.
show us. She's also a dynamic climber. I think she will not have problems with that. She needs to go with both hands.
You need to go both hands. But we've had a bit of the problem for men revealed by Roland, because he managed to go quite high up.
He
in the
ended
end.
up in that bonus, falling on that second long move from the bonus. Kipras trying to solve the starting position.
Yeah, he's
It's
he's
not
not even.
straightforward.
It starts straight away. I know. It starts straight away, but it's interesting. It's really like one of these problems where you just have to get the things correct, you know.
She's got to go with both hands. I mean,
No.
whether she's gonna do it, we'll see in a second.
She's thinking about flipping around
she's-
like. This is
No, that's not gonna work. I mean,
But
she's got to put herself in the swinging position.
okay. Kipras is up. He's quite high up, but you really have to keep the foot on these on the footholds. You cannot let your body swing in any of the moments on this boulder, except the one. But it's a bit higher up than he is. So interesting.
Let's see. We getting into the final phase now. We will see Dimitri coming out in the second, just after those two.
Karina jumping. She's still trying to jump with with one hand only. It's not the. It's. You know, like the
She's
swing
gotta
is
know.
so
She's
big.
got- it's so far.
it's
I mean,
so
she's
far.
got to know that she won't hold this. If she jumps with one hand, there's no way she's gonna hold it.
But she's okay. She's got still 2 minutes left, and she knows this is like she has to give it all because it's the last climb. Kipras is fighting with the starting position. He was a little bit higher up, but he still is like.
It's that which hold? Do you
Struggling.
have 2 tapes on that left hold? Yes.
Yeah, you have 2 tapes on the left hold and 2 tapes on the lower volumes. You have
Okay.
to get both
So you-
feet. You just grab the intermediate, go again right hand.
Okay.
Keep the
he's got-
foot now.
he-
Flip the left hand as Roland did. Flip the left hand before you go right hand again. Karina is not.
It's not looking
she's-
superb for Karina.
She doesn't seem to find the correct trajectory of the flight in reality, because she doesn't seem to really get the body in a position where she would be going up and then out. She's kind of trying a bit too much out straight away without the upwards movement. Well, 1 more minute.
1 more minute for them. If they're gonna change, that's gonna change their scores. We'll see in a second.
You're getting stressed with Dimitri coming out next?
I mean, Dimitri can close the door, basically. He
Well,
can
he
come
can-
out and just close the door.
He can
Thank you very much.
He can nail it, I would say, but
I mean,
both
and the
can
thing is that
Alexei, yeah?
that's not gonna surprise anyone. I mean, he was the favorite one to win.
But it would
it's
give
still
a
open
great
to-
show, because you
yeah.
can see that this has gotten him hard.
Kipras is higher.
Ah,
he managed to stick it.
He's going up.
Can he
He's
take
getting-
the bonus? Can he take the bonus? No. No bonus
Because
for Kipras.
he didn't understand that you can flip the left hand. Roland did understand this, but the left hand on the starting hold can go down and upside down and turn on me. Okay, 15 seconds left. I guess for Karina it will be one of the last attempts. Is she gonna go for it again? I'm not sure. No, it's only Kipras going for it again. And Karina trying to jump almost, but didn't do it. So unfortunately, no bonus for her. And Kipras going up, getting closer to the bonus. Yeah, well, but you have
No
to
bonus.
pinch it. Yeah, now he understands it, but that's the game. It's 4 minutes only. If you don't get it in these 4 minutes, you don't get it. You have no other chance. You know, you cannot come back to the boulder and do it again. And now, the moment we've been all waiting for. Problem
Dimitri
number 4.
is on.
And
We are in the Dimitri's mode.
a little bit of statistics just for this guy, you know, like this guy did a lot of World Cups and he did a first place
Just-
in many World Cups. Well, you can try to guess, but it's
Just
been
read it out.
27
Just-
27 first places in World Cups. But that's not all. I mean, like, you can have first, second or third place, and that's the podium. So if you try to look on how many World Cups, World Championships, European Championships Dimitri has been on the podium, well, it's 65. I mean, like, this guy has been one of the world's best for 65 times, you know, like, god damn, it's really impressive. So I don't want to say that if this guy doesn't do it, nobody does it. Absolutely no way. But this guy has a lot of experience behind his belt, and
He's a top class climber.
it's a top class climber, and it's really interesting to see what happens for him on it. He doesn't flip his hand, he just keeps on pinching this goddamn sloper. Now he
Goes
flips
again.
the
Look
hand.
at just
and now
just watch him climb.
Oh, if he does,
He's not going for the heel. He
Oof.
managed to stick the bonus though.
He sticks the bonus. No. Oh god, he's got a lot of skin.
He went again. He's got the
Ooh,
bonus.
Now he's relaxed. You see, like, you have to put these feet correct. If you put them correct, you're good.
Can he hold onto the? Can he go for another hold? He's got the comfortable position. Oh,
No.
he gave up.
No. Well, he made the first crocs. He made the first crocs going through the volumes. Not the optimal way, not at all. Because I mean, you really have to keep your feet on the volume, on the right hand volume and on the left hand volume, so you don't lose the power to be compressing all that stuff. And from there on, there's another crocs happening. And
Gosia just stick the bonus.
That's
we
perfect.
we can see her. Second go. I think it was second go.
second or third,
third.
Go, quite a good amount.
Gotta
of
go
goes.
again. She's got. I mean,
She's behind the lip.
now she's got the bonus. I
Now,
thought that
yeah. I
the
forgot
jump was
about
the
it as
bonus.
well.
Yes.
Okay, she's up on it.
She's up on the sloper. She's got to put the heel, I guess. Yes.
It would be good. Yeah, because you cannot let your feet go. You cannot let your feet go.
So she.
Okay, now it's important if Dima is gonna give one more attempt, or if he's gonna give it all onto the last one. If he's gonna rest until the very, very last moment, and knowing that it's not an easy boulder, you cannot come back to it too many times, or is he gonna try one more time right now and leave himself an option of doing it at the very, very last second? Although
He's taking his time. You can see that he's resting. He knows that this problem, the first attempt, costed him a lot of energy, and the only way to top it out is allowing him a bit of rest. He's on it now.
come on, Dimitri. Yeah, this is really interesting because like you can do it.
He went for
he
the
went like this,
the left
a
volley
bit more
first.
physical way, but it's okay. It seems like okay. Now he knows the boulders. It's much better for him.
Should he go now with the left hand or right hand? That's the question.
Yeah, he should go right hand, of course. You
Right
match
hand
on the
again.
hold. You match on the hold. You put the heel up higher. You go right hand,
Uh-huh.
and that's where you jump up to the left side.
Okay.
And well, I'm not
Gosia
sure.
just managed
Wool,
to stick the
you can-
dino.
You have to.
She's not the
feet in
tallest.
your-
She's not the tallest one of the competitors. So
She has the feet in the camera.
Yeah.
That's how you see how big the momentum is.
she's on the bonus again.
In reality, for her, doing up this boulder would open up the space for a
Basically,
podium.
if she
Ah,
finishes this problem, she will end up on the podium. No, actually, she won't, because Ida already has one problem. So, unfortunately for Gosia, no podium
this
in
is-
that competition.
This is important. Last attempt for the guy
Let's see.
that did it all until now. That's it. It's much better.
Oh, what a shame.
What a
shame, because that would be the ultimate...
That would be the like nailing the spring to the end. But hey, on the other hand, it's good for us.
It's good
two
for
more
us.
guys, 2 more open doors.
And we actually getting closer to the perfect
for
scenario.
the last guy. And we know
So
we want it would be just incredible.
And we got another couple. We got Alexei Rubtsov on the right and Monika Modecka on the left. Alexei is the one that can actually take the lead and win the whole comp. Dimitri finished his start with 3 tops in 6 attempts and 4 bonuses in 5. If I'm calculating right, I'm just looking at Alexei's
Did he already
score.
start?
Alexei's score is 3 tops in 6 attempts as well, and he's got 3 bonuses in 3 attempts. So if he will get the bonus in the first go, that
He's
puts
ahead.
him. He sticks it. He sticks the hold. So he's already
ahead of Dima.
He's
Okay,
ahead
let's-
of Dima.
Let's see if he can
Can
make
he
it
do
now.
another? Can he do the next move?
Oh, no, you have to keep
But-
the feet.
He puts Dima in the second place. So Alex is in the lead now.
Okay, so we already know this. This is interesting.
It's all about down to those calculations.
The calculations are okay. We have to unfortunately say that this is
I mean,
definitely unofficial.
This
is definitely unofficial. What?
Exactly. I mean, it's down to our calculations. The final score will be released from the judges.
And we have to give them a moment to decide on it. But so far, from what we're looking at, this might really end up as okay. Alexei he took the lead. He took the lead a couple of tries ago, and by 1 attempt on a
He
bonus.
took the lead in the problem number 3.
Yeah.
Dimitri got the bonus in the second go.
Now you see really well what's happening. I mean, like he's out there looking just at the problem, but taking his time. He knows very well that okay, he can make it to the bonus. Now it's time to really rearrange what was wrong in the moves before, if he finds out that anything can go better, and think on what to do with the next part. And there he goes. At the same time,
Goes
Monika
again.
trying for the jump.
Monika's doing the dyno, and she sticks it.
She sticks it, I think, first time on the jump. And Alexei up on the bonus as well. Sticks the heel and go.
Alexei is in that spot, is in that difficult spot.
Yeah,
Can he do the next move?
well, they don't all.
They're not putting the heel on the right.
You know why they don't put the heel up? Because they don't see that there's a foothold on the left side. A foothold that allows you to
He managed
toe
to
hook.
do a toe hook there. It may work. It may work if he goes with the right hand. Almost.
No, because you need that heel. If you don't have the heel, it's not working.
Okay.
It needs to be the heel. Monika is
Guys,
up
we
on the
got
sloper.
Monika on the sloper. That's it for her. In that
None
go.
of these guys did realize that on the bottom of
And
the
she
right.
just grabbed her right arm. I think it's something she felt something in the right arm.
She
I'm
might
not
be
sure.
a bit beaten up after the problem number 3 and 4. She was like first Hank like grabbing onto
Guys,
her back and now grabbing onto the shoulder.
Be aware, all those climbers, they already climbed 40 problems in the qualifications. And they are now in the final, and those problems are not easier than the ones before. So they all exhausted. It's all down to how much energy they lost yesterday or today.
Let's see if Alexei finds out that foothold that enables you to put the right heel in place. Because if he doesn't, it might be super hard for him to execute this thing to the very end. Because it's not just about grabbing the next hold, it's about going to it in a controlled way. And from there on jumping, which is really a difficult part. So we'll see we'll see in a second if this top, this last hold, will stay red or will it shine like a star, you know, at the end of somebody topping it out with both hands. 20 seconds left on the clock. Alexei Rubtsov, Monika Modecka on their last attempts. And off we go.
Can he do it? Can he do it? That's his last go. He's
Monika,
got the bonus now. He
she's
sticks
on the
bonus.
How's he split? Come on, buddy. Monica did the jump as
He
well.
put the heel.
Yeah.
He
Oh.
almost had the heel.
He almost had the heel.
It's a shame.
You know, he didn't find the
That's
makeup.
it for Alexi, but make
in
no
lead.
mistake, he's in the lead. He's in the lead with one attempt
on the bonus.
just after Dimitri.
Well,
And
how lucky.
Monica is down.
Unfortunately, no
So
top
that's
for
it.
Monica either.
That's it for both of them, and we just came to the final of the final. Last
So-
couple.
Dum, da-da-dum, dum, dum.
We
It's
got
the end.
Andrzej.
We've got Andrzej and we've got Ida. And well, if you guys been watching with us for these last 2 hours, believe me, this is the moment when you should, you know, put the coffee away, put the beer away, and just focus for a moment. Because now,
Basically, I'm looking at my scores. Should I say it? I mean,
Yeah, well,
if
go on.
Andrzej's gonna flash it, he will have exactly the same score as Alexi.
oh, I don't want him to flash it. I want
No,
him to
you
do
want-
it. But
But
well, you know
that's
what
how.
that
I mean,
means,
that's down
you
to
know.
my calculations. I may be wrong, but that's how it looks. I mean, if he's gonna flash it, he will match Alexi's Rubtsov score.
Okay, now, frankly speaking, it's super hard to flash this
I
boulder.
mean, this problem is, I would
It's
say, it's,
super hard
it's,
to
it's
flash
the
it.
hardest one to flash out of
But
the.
this guy, he can make magic, you know, like he can make crazy things, you know. So
I mean, he. We'll see it in a second. On the other hand, if he's not gonna do it, he will end up in the podium. He will end up third. He can still beat Dimitri.
oh yeah,
He can still beat Dimitri.
no, that
He
was the
just-
flash.
He just
was-
lost the flash. That means we have the winner. Means
Oh,
we have
yeah.
the winner. Alexei Rubtsov won the competition. I mean, it's our
It's done now.
it's down to our calculations. We would have to wait for the confirmation from the judges, but it seems like Alexei is the winner.
I'm quite convinced about it as well. But it's still interesting. Okay, Ida just did the jump.
He does.
The junior girl, you know, like 16 years old, like
She's on
double
it.
dino jumping this big roof. Really
Andrzej-
crazy. Andrzej is higher up.
Andrzej, we-
Okay, we've got one
Ida-
of the
we
setters
got-
coming into the room with us.
Tomasz Oleksy is with us. I think he came to take the screwdriver in case we have a match. No, Andrzej is down. Ida is on the sloper, guys.
Remember that if this girl flashes it, she can win it.
If she will,
No,
No.
not a flash for her.
another flash for Ida.
Can she
She's
still
got-
win it? Like,
she's
look
got-
at this.
She's got
this
three
guy.
bonuses. She got the bonus in the third go.
Okay,
Is
Andrzej is
Dino-
struggling here. No. No. This is not the way. But he's getting closer. He's getting up higher, closer to the bonus. Unfortunately, he knows very well that, you know, the game is still on. Even when you get the bonus, there's a lot of holds around and there's a lot of method and possibilities. Okay, Ida did the jump.
Ida did the jump. I think that was
Her
must
third
be
go
like
at
third or
least.
fourth attempt now.
Yeah, that's the game with us, you know.
She
like
was
we-
on the
we-
bonus already,
can
so she's
already-
got the bonus.
She's getting
the
tired
third
as
or
well,
fourth.
huh? She's getting tired, you can see that. And the man behind the misty screen didn't do it. Another go for Andrzej and
Ida sticks the jump again.
already Ida with her feet in the camera, trying to kick it back, you know, to just to be able to hold that position in the
Goes
roof.
again. She's got the tiny hold. She goes again to the bonus. Can
I
he swing
think
the
she's
feet?
so
She managed to swing her
tired.
feet higher.
That's gonna be a really cool
Got a
fight.
match.
And Andrzej is up.
Andrzej's on the wall again.
Ida is up on the volley on the slopey hold. No,
I think
Not for her.
she's tired.
not for her. Andrzej touching
Andrzej's-
the bonus
they
but not
both
holding
on the
it.
mattress.
But not really holding it. So far we've got only two guys doing the bonus on this problem, it seems like, huh? We've got Dima and we've got Alexei only being
We
on the bonus.
we had Roland.
And Roland
we had
was
Roland
there. Yeah, so it's 3 guys.
taking the bonus. I think in the fourth go. Yes, fourth go for Roland.
Andrzej up again. 20 seconds left.
Guys, these are the last climbs of this competition. The
So-
crowd is cheering, but we getting to the finish of this spectacular evening.
Okay.
He's trying to go
do
from
some
this
knee
position,
bar.
but
yeah, this is the way. Ole.
this is the way.
This is the way. Exactly. You go right hand right now, and it's good. No, right
Almost.
hand. Right hand.
That's it for Andrzej. Andrzej finishes this competition, according to my calculations, in the third position. So he secures the podium.
He's on the podium, and this is the same for Ida. If she does it right now,
Exactly. She can.
come on. She found the rest. She found the knee bar like in Surana.
And the tops are glowing. Look at the tops.
And that's it,
You
guys.
can say that's it, guys. You can
That's
see
it.
that the boulder won.
The boulder one.
The boulder won in the men's. The both boulder won. I mean, there's no tops in the fourth problems.
I mean,
They laughing. They're laughing. Look.
Grzegorz, what can I say? The root setters always win, you know.
The roots. That's how it is. The roots always wins.
But I mean, it was really good to see how these guys were climbing and how these girls were climbing on these last problems. As I've told you in the beginning, they were supposed to be progressive. We were taking the risk of having probably even no top on it.
But that's the risk you take.
That's the risk you take. And it's really cool when you see that the guys who are winning it before, they're not doing it, and there's still a chance that this guy who's coming out last,
He may
might
still have a
win.
perfect close, and
So-
actually do the last problem as the only person actually win the whole thing. So that's the risk. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. But still we had a great evening. I mean, the three problems on both sides were topped out. As two problems in the girls category been topped out. And we can have few minutes now. Judges will calculate and sum up the scores. Our unofficial scores are saying that in the women's category, Katarzyna Kwińska is the winner. Second place goes to Daria Vrylova, and the third place goes to Ida Kupch, the 16-year-old. And
Junior.
in the men's, we got
Alexei Rubtsov
First
on number
place.
1, Dmitry Sharafudinov on number 2, and I mean, like saying
Andrzej.
this, Andrzej Mecherzyński wygrał on third place, and I really wish an English-speaking commentator will say the same on any other World Cup this year. I mean, like, come on. And it does sound like a World Cup,
it was a World Cup setup. I mean, the names
setup.
that took part in that comp, it was definitely on the world cloud level. So that's always a good.
Okay, guys, maybe we leave you for 10 minutes because the judges, they have to sum it up. The guys, they have to get ready for the presentation of the podium. You know, they have to get the podium up. You'll see if you haven't watched it before. You'll have a nice surprise. Believe us.
And we'll come back to you.
We'll come back to you in just a couple of minutes.
For the awards ceremony. We'll be right back with you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Puścimy to z innej strony. Pięknie. Dekoracja na dziko. Słuchajcie, wspaniały dzik. I z małpą. Dzik z małpą. Tu będzie dekoracja. Agnieszka Jaśkowska pod recepcję. Zapraszamy na chwilę.